And we'll now start the North American VOD. EMEA, CoStream. There we go. Can I upload it now? I should be able to upload it now with minimal hassle, I think. Swap channel, switch account, upload. All right, that's refreshing. You think SSG versus P-Check in finals? All right. I don't think so. Change title. Good shout. Good shout. What am I doing? Which game is first? Is it NRG Shock versus Blast of Buds? NA, OWCS, CoStream. Done. Yeah, another EXO blunder. Another stage missed out. And what the last stage missed out? Any word on how long we're going to get? Damn it, Prash. How's the Aoma game? I thought the Clash was pretty good. I don't know. Felt like Aoma were just on top, really. It was probably still one of the better games of the day. We'll score 3-1 in the end, right? Am I remembering that right? Fuck me, today is such a blur. It's just like a haze. A haze to Aoma. Was it 3-2? I'm just missing an entire map from my memory. Maybe I am. What was I doing? It was 3-1? Oh, okay. I'm not missing a map from my memory then. We're doing Owl, right? Where am I going? Here? What did I do? We did season 3, season 4 now. Did it say 8 minutes? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll just do this then. We don't need loads of time. Addy? Fuck, it is a tank player. I need to know the regions as well. Because this is when the region starts to get very one-sided. So it is a tank player. Isn't the western region, so it's the eastern region. So it's a DPS player. Who are we at? We had Carpe earlier. Carpe's not German, so it's a reasonable guess. Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. It was green on tank. I'm actually a Drongo. But it's not Philadelphia either, so we've... Are you stupid? Yes. I mean, obviously, Andra. So not Korean, which is helpful. Not Philadelphia. And we are in the East, which does narrow it down massively. And we are looking for a tank play in the East. Who have we got? Shanghai, Seoul. New York, Valiant. Kuchway is a good call. I mean, it rules out China at least. Is Chinese, but not on Spark. Oh, this is going to be so hard. Tank, Chinese, Eastern region. Gaga? Gaga or Ameng? Oh, it's Gaga with a 9. It's 50-50, right? 50-50? Fuck's sake. But it is Chengdu. I think I know now. There we go. Alright. Season 5. Grand Throw. Fuck. Oh, wait. I need to get this up again because it's different regions. Oh, wait. These are the same, actually. I think these are the same. One change. New York have moved over. Wait, I need to turn down this music as well. I need to fucking chill out. No marbles? I mean, my voice is fucked, Loof. We can't do marbles. Not when I'm in this state. We're in preserve mode. Where are we starting? Season 5? Should we start with Admiral? Fuck. It is Western. It's not a support. Not a support. Where are we? Western? Atlanta, Boston, Florida. Is it Season 5? Is it someone, maybe? Alright, so is Korean, is a tank, is Western. Not on Florida, not on London. There's still a lot of teams, though. Who else was a Korean tank for these teams? So we've got Atlanta, Boston, Dallas. Was it Fearless? Was this... Yeah, this is Season 5, right? Oh. Fuck, but it is on Dallas Fuel. So it's Hambin then, right? Cool. Alright. Right. Rolling through. Other regions the same for this? Oh yeah, East is getting smaller every year. Lucky. Thanks, J-Mac. Easy win, J-Mac. Start with Sparker. Fuck. Wait, it is a London player. Wait, I surely know this one, but it's not a DPS player. It's not a DPS player. Thank you, Hover. Haddy? I mean, we only had one tank player, right? No, I'm better to guess a support first, I think. This one has to be Admiral. This time it's Admiral. Yes! Because I figured my logic was if I guess support and it says it is a support but is an Admiral, then it has to be Landon. I guess maybe Sky as well, first half season. But then if it says it's not a DPS and not a tank, then I also know it's Haddy, you know? How many seasons did I get correct? There was, I think it was, I got all of them except for one. Chat was helping me though. All of them except for one. From Tallinn? He's from Estonia. I don't know what Tallinn is though. Is Tallinn a place in Estonia? Of course. He's from Tallinn. It's the capital of Estonia. Tallinn's the fucking capital. Never been to Estonia. It's their headquarters. Have you guys all been to Estonia, then? Am I missing out? No, far piss off. You guys are full of shit. You learned the capital of Estonia in school. You learned the capital of Estonia in school. That's what your schools are fucking wasting their time on. The capital of Estonia. Yeah, like... You know, all the European capitals? Honestly, BS Lights, I think that just makes you autistic. Everyone learned European capitals in school? That's not true. I agree. What schools need to focus on is to subscribe to HelloFresh and use the code POGHAVEFUN143614. Yeah, but that's not what geography is. I feel like when I studied geography, we were learning loads more about like fucking... What do they... I can't remember it, so I mean, obviously didn't know it very well. But just like about rock formations and geology stuff rather than just... This place is here, and this place is here, this place is here, yeah. Like different types of like landscape and the environment, I guess. More than just like, this is the capital of this place, this is the capital of this place, and so on. US schools teach every capital in the first grade. Your school didn't call that earth science? No. I don't know if that's a joke. I feel like it's a joke. Yeah, but did anyone study geology in school? Tomorrow, Bread. Tomorrow. Because geology wasn't its own subject for me in school. You did in uni? Yeah, well, I took geography at GCSE and no further. Was it even... Did I... No, I think I only did history and history at GCSE. But I didn't do geography at GCSE. You did geology and capitals in school. Yeah, to be fair, I always skipped capitals class, so that's maybe where I'm missing the knowledge from. Yeah, I mean, you know what? If you want my hot take on it, this happens all the time in chat. All the time in chat, which is... And it only happens on Twitch chat, right? Or maybe it only happens on the internet. Because in real life, if somebody says something and someone's like, oh, I didn't know that, what normally happens is somebody then just explains, oh, yeah, no, it's like this. They offer you some new information, right? And it's just like, oh, you didn't know this? Cool. Here's the knowledge. In Twitch chat, though, everyone is shocked if you don't just happen to know the exact same trivia that they do. Yeah, exactly. How do you not know that? Like, do you remember when I didn't know that Jesus wasn't born? He was actually born in 6 BC, and I didn't know that? Fuck. I don't know. Like, I feel like in real life, in the real world, if my friend says something I don't know, they'll just explain it to me, and we'll all get to learn a new thing together. Jesus doesn't exist, silly. It's like if you said, what's the end? But there's loads of fucking places, no? Like, there's literally... I don't know how many places there are, but there's fucking loads of places. There are actually loads of fucking capitals. There's so many capitals. There's actually a pretty big list of capitals. Hold on, I'm too warm. Ugh. But not as many as there are total places? Yeah, I mean, hard to argue with that one. Don't know all the capitals? I guess so. Well, hopefully you guys can educate me then, right? What's the capital of Lithuania? You had a quiz recently? Quiz shout out. Classic quiz head Juby. And question was for capital of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I know that one. Rome? Yeah, Durag's got it. It's Rome. There was a delay, right? There was a delay. Oh, 100% cannot pronounce it. We should find a pub quiz in Stockholm. Yeah, Mapino, won't it be in Swedish? That'll make it significantly more difficult. Because my Swedish is non-existent. All Swedish. I mean, true, but even though they speak English, wouldn't they do their own pub quizzes in Swedish? Like I'm sure I know they all can speak English, or at least the vast majority. We get to an English pub quiz. You guys can go to the pub quiz. Give another country. I mean, do I need to do ones I know the answer to, or can I just pick random ones? What about Peru? I don't know what the capital of Peru is. Lima? Nice. How many people knew it, and how many people are just copying the person above them? What tier is Sweden in terms of European countries? I mean, it's like nice. It's like it's modern. It'll be all right. I don't know if it's got like, every time I've been to Sweden before, I've only really been to like small towns and stuff. I guess it counts. Has anyone been to Jönköping? Does it count as a town? Sweden has an increasing gang violence problem. I mean, last time I was in Sweden, I was saying this in the Stockholm channel. Last time I was in Sweden, A bunch of kids threw some discarded guttering at me. And also at Sideshow. One of them hit Sideshow in the head with a rock as well. You believe that? That's my impression of Sweden. Yeah, it will be really expensive, Otter. Yeah. I'm gonna need a bodyguard. I might just go to Sweden, but not go to the LAN. Would that be a problem? I think that's fine. That was you. Surprise didn't hit me. Well, we were in an apartment block, so we were like 5 or 6 floors up, and they were just fucking hurling it. It was like a uni block, but it was off semester, so it was kind of empty. Why won't Sparker protect me? Sparker would have been about 4 at the time, I think. Next country? I'm trying to think. What's an obscure country? I feel like I don't know any of the South African ones. Fraud Spark. What about like a Nigeria or something? It was a young Kevster. So you're like 25. I can't remember. What year did I go to DreamHack? Hold on. I would have gone to DreamHack in... Come to South Africa, you take care of me? I only really travel places for Overwatch lands, though. When's the South African major? That's literally the easiest African capital. Oh, I've never been to Nigeria. Why would I know that one? Wait, are they all wrong? These fucking... Look, who else has been skipping capital class? They moved it. You actually have a small land? Fuck. Come to Nottingham. I think, actually, yeah, do come to Nottingham right now, because the city is broke as fuck. So any tourism we can get will be massive. What's the capital of Canada? Fuck is. This like a trick one. Did you go to Knott's Freshers? I did not know. I could think of actually nothing I'd be less interested in doing than going to Knott's Freshers. Yeah, I've been there, done that. I don't know. I feel like after going to Freshers, it's like everyone enjoys it, but I don't know if I think it's the minority of people who want to do it twice, you know, or multiple times. I feel like Freshers is the sort of thing. It's good to experience it. Not good to make it a yearly fucking outing, though. Could you recommend a good night out in Nottingham? Probably not anymore, honestly. I don't really go out in Nottingham. Every time I go out, because most of my friends don't live in Nottingham, so most of the time we go out, we just go to other places. Probably could had more nights out in Cardiff over the last few years than anywhere else. You're not gonna be streaming for Toronto at Stockholm? I don't know. I've not decided. I don't really want to. I kind of just want Stockholm to be a social event for me. Because when I went to the Esports World Cup, like I had a nice time and I enjoyed doing the CoStream and I really did enjoy doing the casting. But I just worked 10-hour days, 5 days in a row, then flew home that same night. Like fuck, I actually didn't see anyone. I didn't really. I had one lunch with Chris and Max, and then I saw like for London. I saw a few people in passing. Yeah, like I literally didn't see Danny. So like even though I enjoyed getting to cast and doing the CoStream and all of that, fuck, it was like it was just a pure work thing. So I'm really hoping I can just do a bit less at Stockholm, really. No, I wasn't at the same hotel. That probably also caused some of it, right? So when everyone was hanging out in the lounge, that was in the main, like, the player hotel. I was in the talent hotel, which I think is why I didn't have... I came to the talent hotel on the last day with Chris. And that day I probably bumped into more people than I bumped into... Did they not even take you to the Sandals? I mean, literally... literally no time. Like, I literally... So, the schedule for me was... I arrive at 9 p.m., right? I arrive at 9 p.m. Let me make this a bit smaller. I arrive at 9 p.m. Right? So I get to the place, I go to the hotel, I go to fucking bed. That's day one, right? Then, well, that's arrival day. Then actual day one, I go and cast. And I cast for 12 hours. I finish casting at 2 a.m. So I go back to the hotel and I go to bed. Day two, I wake up fucking late because I've been up to like 3 or 4 a.m. from the cast. I repeat. Another fucking 10-hour cast. All the time. Again, it's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. by the time we go. And then I go and do the CoStream for 3 days. So, same again here, same again here. And it's the same fucking pattern, right? Because I'm covering all the games. So, fuck. Yeah. So, the schedule is just unfortunately fully booked. Except for like that one lunch I had. One lunch at the beautiful Saudi Arabian Cheesecake Factory. Are you going to stream Stockholm? I think my plan for Stockholm, because I don't want to do nothing necessarily, but I think what I'll do is I'll just do like smaller interviews, just like 1-minute interviews on my phone, around the venue, bumping into players, everything like that, you know? And just try and get more of these like just small updates, like bump into Chris, what you're doing, what's happening, you're going to win, whatever, you know? Just stuff like that throughout the weekend, and then post it to like YouTube Shorts or just straight to Twitter or something. And then that'll hopefully be like quite enjoyable content that no one else is really doing. But also means it's not as time consuming as sitting and co-streaming for whatever it is, 10 hours. Which means I can actually hopefully enjoy a bit more of the event as well. I'm going to stream Avril style? No, I mean, I think Avril has loads of equipment that makes all that stuff possible. Yeah, well, if you've been to an Overwatch LAN... Wait, is Danny, you're still here? Danny, is the most enjoyable part of the World Cup being at the convention center, or is it the nights out? Which bit was more enjoyable? Nights out, I see. Exactly. That's what I mean when I say enjoy the event. Yeah, only 2 teams Rat Boy, yeah. Falcons and Crazy Raccoon. Oh, I feel warm. Like, my hands are cold, but my forehead, warm. I'm running hot right now. Oh. So yeah, hopefully some good nights out. Nice to see everyone. Catch up with a lot of people properly. No nights out, early to bed hydration. I mean, should we just go on a tourist adventure, Coleman, instead? There's got to be something to do in Stockholm, right? Yes? All right. I can get behind that. I mean, to be fair, right now, the idea of just plenty of rest and fluids is doing it for me. Should be 2-2-2 with wildcard for last team. How do you do the wildcard then? Just based off previous region winners? Or how are we making the wildcard work? Wales versus South Africa on the sat, so we need to sneak out for a bar. Yeah, it depends what time the game starts as well, because in Esports World Cup, they didn't start till quite late. You would take me to a good club in Stockholm? All right. I don't know. The general, there's like what normally happens at these events more recently is like, we'll all be at the bar, you know, there'll be like me, Chris, maybe some of the other coaches. And then what will happen is there'll be the players there. So like for normal candidates, like Shockwave, Kellex, Psycho, Fisher was there as well. It's like, they're going to go to the club. And then a portion of the players and the young people go off to the club. And then like me and Chris and the older coaches will sit and have a few beers and then go to bed. And that's the divide. And I actually wouldn't change that. Not looking to hit the club. Not looking to hit the club with yeah, old man pub chat, exactly. And honestly, more fun, right? For me at least, more fun than just going to the club and listening to a load of loud music. They always do the it's like the way they've described it to me, because they always buy a table and stuff. They always do like, I don't know if I don't really get it, right? Because I feel like it's not really a thing in the UK. Has anyone done it before where they bought a table at the club? And then, like, so they buy a table and they have a table near the dance floor and stuff, and they get drinks ordered and stuff to the table. Like, I'd never really seen anyone do it in the UK. I don't know if it's a thing in the UK, but they did it while we were in America. And they had, like, the waitresses and staff bringing out drinks and stuff, you know. Yelling over music about Junkie Queen versus Arissa. Yeah, exactly, right. It's just not for me, you know. Much prefer the just chat in a pub or chat in a bar type thing. I think instead of Asia tournament, they should do a wild card. Don't put Falcon Ciara in it. All right, I have the top 2 qualify and then, okay. I can see it. So, like, the wild card, there's 1 wild card spot for the West and 1 wild card spot for the East. Get ready for those Swedish beer prices. Fuck. I mean, I feel like clubs have their place, right? But shut up, Juno voice actress. No offense.
Here we go. My parents left
but yeah, I've never been gagging to go to the club really since a certain age.
Had a dream to expand the reach of humanity. Their work was unprecedented and dangerous, but also important and exciting.
Like even back in TF2 and stuff, like we never hit the club, you know. It was always like there was always a. To be fair, we always did at Insomnia, so there was a bar on site. But just like a big group of people crowded around like a table or just sitting in a circle, slamming drinks. Yeah, I think you're right, 6 string. I think there's like there's a place for it, but it's like a there's a time limit on it. Starting their engines. Start your engines. Radio Coleman. I think that joke might only be for you. Do you remember when we last played it, Coleman? And we played Start Your Engines? And it just became, every time someone said Radio X person, it was always just, it was just Radio Gaga. The only song anyone had in their head was fucking Radio Gaga. Your last Christmas? Yeah, exactly. I think so, yeah. Was it Christmas? Yeah, we were all battered on port, and we had to go get more port from the shop, and it was the penultimate bottle of port. It was dusty. Don't know if any of you have ever bought port from the corner shop, but it was a dusty bottle of port. But it was good. Ruby port. Yeah, I'm a bit of a port convert, really. We'll go for some port. We'll get some port in Stockholm. Yeah, actually, it'd be so expensive, I feel like.
We could overcome anything. But then, the company that sent my family to Mars suddenly stopped responding.
Oh, I feel like they said it was going to be 8 minutes, and then they 100% are now just playing this advert instead.
Expected a much larger wave of personnel and supplies.
Your family always buys a bottle of port each year, but we never finish it, so it's 20 unfinished bottles. Oh.
How many years can the base hold up against the storms? We need to run full diagnostics.
That sounds about right for port. Unless if you were there when we were drinking port, I don't think we left any port. We drank every drop of port. We were incredibly port-pilled.
A few months later, my family brought me to
Am I aware of a state-owned monopoly on hard booze in Sweden? No. Is this part of the reason it's so expensive? I know from some people I know who live in Norway, they talk about how there's a huge, like especially spirits are outrageously expensive. Hey Vamps. So I guess if the question is it the same in Sweden?
I would not accept that.
Can they beat NRG? No, probably almost definitely not.
I was angry and scared. Mars was the only home I'd ever known.
Whoa.
But my family was my entire world. They taught me that the most frightening challenges are most worth overcoming.
They can try. How are the games today? They're okay. Pretty mid. Pretty mid. How Hunter achieved his physique? A balanced diet straight from HelloFresh. Subscribe to HelloFresh. Use your code.
It's time for me to say goodbye to my family. I told them I would
System
see them again.
Bolaget is a shop that sells high percentage alcohol. It's really odd and
It's time to
puritanical. When I was playing rugby there, we'd go to Denmark to get decent beers and spirits. Oh, really? Yeah, we're flying straight into Sweden though, aren't we? So there's no chance to bring anything with us.
My parents came to Mars with a dream.
Duty free? Ah, all right. So we'll take it all with us.
And now I have a dream. To save my home.
Yeah, SR Peak Check versus EXO, probably the best game, I guess. But didn't capture the imagination like yesterday's games, you know. But beers and lager over spirits, yeah, same. I think my favorite spirit probably just like a spiced rum and coke would be my go-to. But most of the time, just slam beers. oh, hold on. 100% some fucking snot came out when I coughed in that time. That's not a good sign. Nah, no, can't stand cider. Maybe can't stand is too strong a word. But not a fan. Yeah, it's the same in Norway, Loof. I don't think it's the same company, but it's the same principle when there's like a hard liquor you have to get from certain stores. Alright, have I got a lock-in in me? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I've got cough in me. Hold on. Alright. Blast off buds. Is there any chance? One map? A big ask. Big ask for the buds.
Oh, jeez. We're asking a lot of the buds, are we? You think one map is a reasonable take?
No.
I think we're good for 3 here. I think we're good for 3 here. As Rack Attack just got booped off the map, and you know, nice guys. I mean, they may look. Okay, no, that's actually not a very good trade. Baz, you know, going down in turn with Rack Attack, so maybe a tank trade is better. And blast off buds, they are going to lose this one.
Yeah. Attacking, tree, scissors, no sign of PGE. I don't know if their rosters maybe affect a little bit by like who's at the LAN. I heard they have to go to a gaming cafe to play this one.
Wait, who's at a gaming cafe?
NRG, because they're at the LAN, you know.
Oh, for the collegiate event.
Whatever it's called, Atlanta, is it? DreamHack Atlanta or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, DreamHack Atlanta. Yeah, that's right. either way, I think, you know, blast off buds. Oh no, Red X has gone down pre-fight. Ultraviolet going for like a ridiculously aggressive orbital ray on the bridge, and Tree just gets the prick.
Give me your take on the alias Frothy Philly 7.
I think, you know, it's probably one of the better names in North American contenders at this point. You know, some people, you know, they try to play hard, you know, have a name like Attack or something. You think you sound so
Something
cool. But
Rack
then,
Attack, yeah.
yeah, but Frothy Philly 7, like, that's honest, right? Victory can't seem to get a heal, though. Just burning out around the corner. Good grief.
Oh, they commit the
and
Ray.
Then Red X throws the Ray in 2 versus 5. Oh, deal meal. It's not, it's not looking good for the blast off buds right now.
No. Scissors doing an unnecessary rollout.
Scissors is taking the nick this one.
He's just doing laps. Is he trying to get on? He's trying to get on Laurie's team.
Oh yeah, no, actually, Laurie ordered 3 laps, and Scissors is trying to cheat the system. Cheat the system. Scissors has actually flown too close to the sun, and much like Icarus, wings melted, gone to God. Now Bob comes out from Tree, but the buds, surely they can poke that one out and then push back in 5 versus 4.
Terra Surge, Barrage on top, and Attack's going to try and Terra Surge back, but that's going nowhere. Blast off buds. A little bit of life.
Take the piss, Attack. I don't know what you think you're doing with that one, mate, because that is just giving it away. And now the buds, they finally found their footing. They've got the cap. Thank you for the bless yous in the chat. I appreciate that. And yeah, Flackdrift, he's very happy to see the buds have captured the point now, because there is a nightmare affiliation with the blast off buds, if you aren't aware. So
a bud of the buds.
You know. Yeah, a bud of the buds. A bud of the buds. That's a good way to put it. And now, I mean, the buds, I mean, they haven't got a lot of ultimates to spare right now, but the Bob from Victory could be everything to them. They're going to have a lot to deal with, though. Ultraviolet with this orbital ray. Once that's thrown down on point, it's going to need some dealing with Rack Attack. Oh, nice. Nice boop. Booping that Bob off the map as it didn't hit the corner of point, and that is just bad to worse for the side of the buds, as now that's a full team wipe.
And that'll just be it. No chance at a touch here. No chance of a retake. An NRG. No fumbling so far this time.
Now, I'm hearing this from a first-time chatter, actually, that apparently PG has been dropped.
Oh, shit. What did
they
he do on the
dropped
lap?
their biggest content creator. Gone.
Wow.
It's definitely not an Alejandro sweep, Luca. It's a blast-off Bud sweep, if anything. Please.
I mean, everyone knows that the Buds just aren't really a garden team. But now we're into Night Market. This is really in their wheelhouse.
This is well and truly the Buds' wheelhouse. Now that you mention it, I've heard a lot about the Buds' Night Market. Also, the Buds' control center for what it's worth. But you know,
we'll
wait until we get there first. Exactly right. Exactly right. So, you know, keep your ears and eyes open for that one. But for now, let's focus on the night market for the Buds, as they're actually going to get Vaisi on the Genji rather than the whatever they were on for the last map. Might have been Pharah. Probably wasn't Pharah. Might have been someone else. But you know, Nightmare drops under. Sounds about right. But I don't know, the Buds now, they've rolled out on the Genji, a little bit of a change of pace. NRG Shock, they're on the double spam comp, but they're kind of tethered to the back of the point right now. So as long as Victory can get eyes on Scissors, his impact is likely to be rather low. Red X getting taken rather low from the start, though. But there we go. Victory takes out Ultraviolet for the first pick.
Looking pretty good right now. Keeping themselves at the back of the point, but there goes Attack as well. And it's working on borrowed time right now. And Big Baz with a big air shot.
Good God, Baza with the spears out of the air. Shades of Attack in that one. And look, I mean, the Buds, those late trades, they're going to hurt because their respawns, I mean, Victory and Vais, I'm not quite sure how to say that name, but they're probably going to get caught out in main by Attack. I know Attack's actually just running it up main already, trying to put his body on the point. Looks like NRG Shock are wasting no time whatsoever going deep.
Yeah, they've gotten to points so aggressively here, actually. They're starting to force for cap, and now Baz will mirror, but he has to use Fortify now, low on HP, needs a lot of help, and they've just burnt him down there. Seems like it shouldn't be possible, but making use of those late trades to get themselves onto point at their own angles, and NRG with a very swift retake.
Yeah, the Buds were a little bit slow to the punch there. Shock just ran up main, and the DPS did not pincer, so that was just going to be attack running it up, pressuring Baz off the point, pressuring Baz to death even. Really, not an ideal start for the Buds. At least they got the first cap. Scissors now, you know, he's just trying to stay high, I suppose.
Looks like he's creeping in behind. Doesn't have a barrage yet, but we've seen him go on map tours before, so maybe just exploring. Has this angle, and that'll be annoying to deal with. VSA will chase him out a little bit, but now Scissors is going to take the long way back to point here. So Scissors really just getting his steps in today.
Stay healthy, Scissors. Victory takes down Tree at the start, a little bit less than healthy. But here comes that barrage, manages to take out Victory of all people. Baz gets the bob from Tree, but everyone from Blast Off Bud so low. Frothy Philly 7 goes down, but not before Scissors can be traded out. So it's a 3 versus 3. Vaizi pulls the blade into Rack Attack's rally, and nice guys, they really do finish last today as Rack goes down to that blade. Vaizi traded, so now we're in a 2 versus 2 situation, and it looks like Attack has the better of Baz from a health bar perspective. Red X not getting it done in terms of taking Attack down to the lower end of the health pool. So that's going to be the Buds. I mean, they invested heavily into that fight, but they don't close it out.
Diva swap now as well from Baz. We'll see how this one plays out. Obviously, a lot more ability to put pressure onto the Ashe, onto the Pharah, but will mean Attack will be relatively free just to occupy these choke points. Coming around the corner, they have the high noon to swing with here. You see them try and connect with the first one, but Baz gets nothing. Now slowly moving towards point, but no great ults really to respond with right now, NRG. So have to disengage this high noon really, and an orbital ray from Redix just around the corner too.
Let's see if Victory can get anything done with this high noon. Scissors has a very dangerous position right now, floating above all of the Buds, but not really in a position to receive healing from his team. He's gone in behind now, coached over to that mega health pack, coached on Pharah no less. Attack has the Terror Surge though. 2 of the Buds are already dead. There may be that orbital ray, but it's not going to be enough, and the Buds, I mean, the floor is going to be wiped with them. That's a 2-0 here on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, advantage, no good in the end, and it feels like NRG are going to be maybe making quick work of the Buds right here.
Getting some flats love in the form of a donation right now. Let's see how much I earned for that one. $3 from W Arch. Thanks for that one, mate. And I agree on all of the flats sentiment.
Here's a story for you. Turgid says they were on a team with Frothy 37. Their first scrim, he said he had to get medicine, I think, for his grandma, and then they never saw him again.
He's still getting the medicine for his grandmother, would you believe?
Maybe he's getting it from the Blast Off Buds.
No, I think the person playing in this match is a different Frothy Philly 7, actually. It's a rather common name.
Oh. Maybe you're thinking of Frothy Philly 6.
Yeah, no, it could be. Could be. I might be getting a bit mixed up. But enough about that. I need to go and get some medicine for my grandmother, actually. So I'll see you when the next map starts.
Oh. Oh. Fuck. I think I'm cold again. I need something as well. Alright, I'll be right back. Preds are open if you want them. That one. flowers as well. See that? Oh. Oh. Who's the cutest Overwatch pro? None of them. Wouldn't date any of them, I don't think. Burner? Obvious answer from Juby. Backbone? Someone? Clearly PGE, is it? Ondra has the shortlist ready. McGravy? You got a Toronto jersey recently? Beautiful. How's the game after EXO SR pick check? Boring. Really one-sided, Twisted Minds, I think, mate. Pretty dominant. Kind of just a pretty uninteresting game all round, unfortunately. Why is no one saying gig? Finally, somebody asking the real questions in all of this. Oh, King's Row. Is this match 1? It sure is, isn't it? How's Frothy Philly 7 been? Well, all of Blast Off buds are getting a little bit, well, blasted off. But they do seem to be remaining buds, which is the important thing. Oh, I'm cold. I feel like I'm cold, but I'm not really cold. I think I may be getting to the fever stage. And not a good kind of fever, but a bad kind of fever. Trying to bait people into a value bet. I think it's nasal spray time again. Q-Sway's birthday in 10 days? Probably just a picture of Hattie. Alright, Victory. Trying to find the opening. Gonna keep the Widow as well.
You think there's a chance that Victory can crack this one wide open with the Widow? I've heard great things about Victory's Widow.
Has it led to Victory in the past, hence the name?
It's in the name, mate.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the video from the guy in the UK singing £1 fish, £1 fish,
yes,
very cheap,
yeah.
£1 fish?
Was that Victory?
Yeah, I just played that in reference to me getting a sub, and Cornolio just subscribed. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club, Cornolio. Very, very cheap, £4 sub, ladies and gentlemen. Get on it. Thanks, Cornelia. Appreciate that. Blast off buds, though. Victory actually did get that opening pick, and Vaizi has closed it out with a kill onto Rack Attack. So now Energy Shock, if they want to try and turn this, they're going to have to go all in with Ultraviolet's Orbital Ray. It's looking like they are going to go for that Tree. Also getting the kill on both DPS for the buds have now gone down. So this is real bad news for them. It seemed like they had a chance. But Tree, he's a goddamn magician on the Cole Cassidy. Gets that trade kill. Ultraviolet comes in with the faster Ray because Rack Attack died so early. The buds, they have an ult advantage now, but fighting back into Energy Shock, that's always a scary thing. You can see Victory has made a swap as well.
Over onto the cast right now, a little bit more durable, can push with more of these rally and ray timings. Attack will be hiding in the mini right now. They're going to try and dislodge him as a high noon swing from Tree comes out, trying to go the right-hand side here. They all walk into it, but Pulse Bomb hits as well. And that'll just be another one fight for NRG, but they're not done yet. They want to push all the way to spawn.
Jeez, I mean, Victory forced backwards, had to use that roll, took so much damage, no chance of dodging that pulse bomb in the end. Now the Buds, I mean, for this next fight, they're going to come into it with 4 ultimates into only 2 for NRG Shock. But I mean, look, I choose to believe that the Buds can probably win this fight. Only 1 tick for NRG Shock to hold on to. Pretty significant ult deficit here. Looks like they're just going to ignore attack in the back as well. It's going to run straight up onto the point. Orisa, Terror Surge from attack. Red X taken super low, but not going to go down. And that should be the end for NRG Shock, right? Barrage to combo with the Terror Surge. That's 2 kills now for the Buds. So surely NRG Shock, they haven't got anything left to hold on to this point.
Not a really unnecessary move from attack there. He tried to use the Terror Surge, but in reality, NRG had kind of, they just left. They sort of disengaged in all slightly different directions. And then by chasing him down with the Terror Surge, attack actually puts himself back in the line of sight and line of fire from that orbital ray, and ends up maybe causing himself more problems than he solved with that. So they'll get first point. They still have to deal with scissors behind, but converted the ult advantage push.
Not too bad at all for the Buds. It cost them a lot, but, you know, they managed to cap the first point, which is, you know, that's already a good start for them. NRG Shock, they're pretty strong in the neutral. So overall, the Buds, I mean, they need to bank on a few miracle fights here and there. If they can cap the first point, that's basically the tempo that they're looking for. Victory has the high noon as well. Maybe they can pull that out before Ultraviolet throws out that ray. I wouldn't want to be matching into an orbital ray with the high noon. That's a very dangerous thing. Scissors, though, looking rather unchecked in the back. Orbital ray comes out in main, and Victory is going to go down without being able to find the timing to pop that high noon. Pulse bomb comes out from Scissors as well. He's just having high uptime right now, and it's looking like he's going to chop through the remainder of the Buds. The Buds are now on the floor. They're bleeding out. Next fight, Victory making the swap over to Widowmaker actually takes down Ultraviolet, and that's exactly what they needed to break through this choke at a bare minimum.
Gonna keep trying to hold for spawn here, and Scissors just seems to be invisible, unchecked, unchallenged, just roaming behind the enemy and causing all sorts of problems for Blast-Off Buds. They did get that pick with the Widow, so they'll be able to walk forward. And they might even concede the first corner here. NRG may be waiting until they have this Terror Surge timing before really committing to this next fight.
And let me put you on chat. If PGE was in right now, Blast-Off Buds would already have 3-0'd this series. The fact that Tree is in over PGE, no fucking surprises whatsoever. PGE is a goddamn bum. He would have lost this series 3-0 by now. Grow up. Blast-Off Buds, though, Orbital Ray coming out in main. Attack tries to answer back with his Terror Surge, but that is the second Terror Surge in a row from Attack. It's going to get absolutely no fucking value whatsoever. You are not going to get it done here today, Attack, as the Buds, they clean up this fight, and they still have 3 ultimates for the final fight.
Yeah, the Buds starting to roll forward, actually. In shambles, are they? Fuck.
Yeah, no, they didn't appreciate those comments.
What's Scissors doing? Alright, Scissors will get taken down, so this touch is really hard now. Victory's going to get one on the way in, and that's just over. Won't even need to burn ults for this, I don't think. Can just focus down attack, take the cap, and a pretty healthy time bank, all things considered, for the Blast-Off Buds.
Yeah, okay, chat, I'll walk back on my comments. I really do love PGE, but I do think Tree is better than him at the game. Let's be real here. I love PGE, but he low-key washed. Tree's just the best player in North America. It makes total sense for PGE to never play over Tree, you know? It's like you play PGE on a Widow map. There are no Widow maps being played yet. It's not that he's hard-washed, it's not that he's perma-benched, it's just Tree is going to be better at any hero that moves. You only play PGE for Widow. It's how it is. It's just the reality of the situation. Even if PGE clears lip. But the Buds, you know, let's forget the PGE discussion. The Buds have managed to lose another fight in the interim. The bleed out Buds, once again.
Leading out, but they at least have 3 ultimates coming back. NRG with a support ult advantage, though. So, Blast-Off Buds need to rely on either their DPS ults to get value, or just a more patient fight where they back out, disengage a couple of these ults. For now, though, just walking up, trying to get themselves around this corner, try and get a little bit of progress onto this payload. Dynamite round. Victory trying to coach into this high ground. Has the Bob to use. Will drop it through here. Scissors still has that high ground position. Oh, Victory's all sorts of committed in there, though. Will get taken down. 2-for-1 trade, though. Still walking forward, but, I mean, Baz is in so much trouble, but wait. The SA is there. They're still trading out here, which, yeah, will favour the attackers.
Going a little deep for that one, I fear, Scissors. So that is not going to work out whatsoever. The Buds now, I mean, look, they have what is this? 3 ultimates online. NRG Shock, they have the 3 to match. I'm not sure whether they're going to be able to displace the cart from this corner unless they can get the better of them somehow. And with Tree getting the early pick onto Victory, I mean, it looks like And we're going to need another Widow swap or something. Or Barrage coming out from Vaiz, actually speared out of that one. Orbital Rays matched on either side. Rack Attack through the rally in there as well. So, I mean, it's an expensive fight for both teams, but Energy Shock will be the victors, and they still have 2 ults in the back pocket to keep holding on here.
A little bit surprised they chose to invest in that situation, blast off Buds after losing that player early. They at least walk out of it with a rally, so a chance to push on this next one, but they do have to be very wary of that Terror Surge Barrage combo. We'll just be getting victory onto high ground, the SA with him as well, just to try and poke out, try and take this corner. But every time they've walked up on this corner, Tree has caused them massive problems from this high ground and Scissors from this top right position.
Yeah, sorry, I missed the throw there. I'm getting a little bit coffee now. Is the thing. I think I might be overdoing it with the pace of talking. I mean, look, Baz has this Terror Surge, and okay, so attack is going to open with their own Terror Surge. That's actually going to take out Baz, maybe splitting too many of the Buds. Bit of a shame that Frothy Philly threw in the rally there at the end now, because now there's really not going to be any ultimates online for the Buds until Baz can get back into the fight. They're just going to have to wait in spawn. So Philly's rally really didn't get any value at all. Baz should be good for the touch here, but to find value with that Terror Surge. Oh, actually manages to spear Tree off the map. Rack Attack super low as well. Attack trades on Philly in the back though. How does that happen? Attack wants more as well. Pressuring Victory. Barrage from Scissors in main. That's going to force all of the Buds off the cart. And now NRG, somehow they're the ones with the advantage in this fight. Redex, they get that Ray up at the very last moment, but they're in so much danger. Ultraviolet is beaming them through their Ray and they win that duel. So the Buds, I mean, it looked like they had a chance. That spear was good, but it's just not enough. I have to go Bob Ross mode for the remainder.
Then, yeah, found the opening pick there, did Baz, but then Attack just seemed to move through unchecked, get into the backline, start trading kills, and then all of a sudden, it all falls apart for Blast Off Buds because they can't deal with that aggression. And a pretty reasonable stop, all things considered, from NRG in the end, even though it looks a little bit ropey after that second checkpoint went through. NRG still in a good position to close this one out. I had a cough sweet.
I'm not whispering because I'm alone in my place. I'm whispering because my throat is cooked. It's not a leave me be, Jonty. What's your favorite deep sea creature? It's important. What the fuck is a deep sea creature? What lives only in the deep sea?
Well, like would squids count? Jellyfish?
Like
I guess they're in...
big fuck off squids, yeah.
Okay,
Pressure. Yeah.
Somebody says SpongeBob.
I don't know.
Right.
He lives in a pineapple. Is that deep?
Well, it is under the sea.
There's no way pineapples. Yeah, I mean, I know that much, and his pants are square too.
Wait, what?
Blob, yeah, it's news to you too. I found this out last week, mate. I blew my goddamn mind.
Anglerfish, blobfish. I don't.
Blobfish, yeah. I reckon. Blobfish is fucking hideously ugly, so I reckon blobfish for a deep sea creature.
All right, I can cop it. I'm glad we established that.
It's at the bikini bottom. Oh, Tree getting gripped back by nice guy Rack Attack. Unbelievable. Squid. It's not a deep sea creature, but fuck, can he play Kiriko?
He's the best Kiriko in all of the deep. It looks like Attack is he's just wandered up here. Just wandered up, taking the entire map. Our Blast Off Buds in the server, what's happening? They've conceded the entire map, they've killed Rack Attack, they are in the server, and they've chosen violence against Rack. How did they get away with this one? Still wandering around, trading people as Attack. That's the backline dead already for Blast Off Buds, which is not a good way to start any fight, really. Baz is now super low as a result. They're still trading, but there's just no HP left on Blast Off Buds, and it should just be a matter of time now for NRG.
Oh, yeah, already not such a great start for the Buds. That first point going down in only one fight, not really the look that they needed. They needed to at least bleed some time off the clock, given they didn't full push the map there. But there is a sub I need to be thanking, Xavier.
So, no ults really on board for anyone. Slight Ray advantage for UV, but it's not going to be a huge one to really work with. Blizzard will be up for the SA as well, which will probably be the big swing ult in this next fight as we get it. For now, though, just jockeying for space in his choke. Attack trying to take his corner early, but getting swung on by Frothy Philly and left click by VSA, which is making his life awfully difficult. There are the torpedoes, and Rack finds a way to die again in all of this.
Oh, jeez. Nice guy, Rack. Not so nice on the Brigida right now. Goes down very early on. Red X on attack as well. So that's going to be the Buds finding their footing here in this choke. This is a really difficult choke to break, especially with the Pharah. Really hard for Pharah to ever find an angle, with the exception of sneaking up that right-hand side. The thing is, I think a team like Blast Off Buds, there's a possibility that they don't mark that flank. There's a possibility that they leave that open, and Scissors could sneak in for the barrage. So we're going to need to see Victory marking that. Victory is actually marking that right now, but it looks like Scissors is going to go for a much riskier approach inside on the left, and that bears fruit as Tree, oh wow, Tree, Ultraviolet, and Scissors all finding kills here in the choke. Orbital Ray push, it was matched by so many ults from the Buds. They're going to use Ray, Terra Surge, and Blizzard there, and they're going to lose it in the blink of an eye, so this is about as bad as it could possibly get for the Buds right now.
Real disaster for them now. They've got the Bob and the Rally coming back. Decent ults to stabilize with, but no guarantees. Rack still coming up. Slow cooking this Rally a little bit, but we'll have it if they get enough time in this next fight, which they should be able to. You see Scissors lurking already on this left-hand side. Has that barrage in hand. Looking for a flank opportunity here. No one will be matching him for now. They are pinging the Pharah, so Scissors know what to expect. Looks like they are moving that way right now, but the SA is just camping it as the Bob does come out from Tree and Victory. They will match it. Scissors will just go back to the choke. They're going to focus down both Bobs right now. Victories will die first. Scissors still with this barrage over top, but can't find all that much right now. Just trying to trade cooldowns. The rallies will be thrown in there as well. Scissors still lurking, forever lurking. It's a very high barrage, and he's just going to get... he does survive, actually, so I guess he gets away with it, but they don't get any value out of it, really, as the rally trade still just continues. And Red X is about to have this orbital ray. If they hit that ray timing, Blast Off Buds will just take over here.
Yeah, the Buds, I mean, they have weathered all of these initial ultimates. Red X with the Ray pushing in now, and Attack is on the back foot. In fact, not only is he on the back foot, he has 1 foot, maybe 2 feet in the grave. Goes down to Philly's flail there, and that is going to be Energy Shock. Once again, just needing to wait this one out. Damn, you're not the only one needing to cough right now, Xavier. It's coming for me too, so if you would like to take over...
This is two terminally ill people desperately trying to get through one final cast before it's all over. Orbital Ray comes through from UV as NRG. They're also trying to push to end this second point right now. The pick onto Red X will be massive. Now all over the backline here. UV's going deep for it, but does get it. And NRG, a Terror Surge from Baz. He saw glory, but all he's going to do is throw away the ult economy here.
It's all glory, no honor for poor little Baz there. But the Buds, they've managed to turn it into a 3 versus 3, but with no tank to stay on the point, Attack is just going to clean up. You can hear poor Xavier coughing up his lungs in the back there, and I am soon to follow because it ain't easy casting a game while borderline dead. Speaking of which, the Blast Off Buds, they're borderline dead. They are so close to the brink, and now they need to start touching the cart. Otherwise, Energy Shock are just going to steal away with it. Thank you, Tom Cruise. I agree, I am looking dashing as always, but I know it, you know, I'm so used to it at this point. Attack goes for that Terror Surge. Doesn't get anything for it, though. Only claims his own life. Frothy Philly 7 has the rally if they need to bail themselves out here, but it looks like Victory's Bob is all they're going to need. Victory pushing for more. Wants another kill. May be able to find it on Ultraviolet. It looks like between Baz. Oh, no, not going to find that kill. Ultraviolet. No, there it is. Actually, I'm schizo. So that is going to be the Buds. They hold. They manage to keep some of their ultimates too. Philly keeps the rally in the back pocket, and now Red X has the orbital ray as well. So really not too bad at all for the Buds.
Important they manage their ult economy properly here, Blast Off Buds, because they really can't afford to give an inch. Only, well, I guess they can give 3 meters, but that's not a lot in Overwatch. And now the Bob's going to come through as Baz is low. Tree is going to try and force the objective now. Baz is going to have to make a move forward, so that Orbital Ray does come out. And look, they've just skirted away here, NRG. They have traded Bob for Orbital Ray. So a 1-for-1 trade, but pretty happy with that. And Scissors has made his way into the back line, but I think Victory is aware. So Scissors is going to double back. He's given him the fake out. Do they know? Yeah, they definitely know. He's in huge trouble. He's going to try and fake it out one more time. Doesn't quite have his fly yet.
Should fall off the map, Oh, Jamal, son. Unfucking believable. Falls off the map, runs out of fuel after his flank is sold, but it's still looking really rough for the Buds, as even though Jamal's son didn't have any contribution to that fight, looks like Tree is just going to fill the kill feed with his name. Everybody jumping off the map in protest for that final fight. PGE would have got 5 kills instead of 4 there. That's all I'm going to say. PGE wouldn't have fallen off the map as well. But, you know, can we get a nice job, Jamal, in the chat for Scissors there? Very well done.
Yeah, he took so much attention by inting underneath the map. Now, actually, Tree was able to walk in and kill everyone. So a perfectly calculated play to see NRG overline.
Very well done, as always. All right, slop.
Oh. Nice jobs, Jamal, all round. Sacrifice himself for win. All part of a master plan. All part of a master plan. Scissors has been on many a grand adventure today in the maps, it feels like. Hold on, just checking something. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. What are we saying? What is it? Let's get it open. Oh, I can close this out.
Every town has its heroes.
Yeah,
Gotham has Batman. New York has Spider-Man. But Real has Herman.
There he is. The big man. Score a 5 follow. Big. Can I do this next stream? Oh, yeah. I always get tagged in these random shit posts. Cheers. I see the aura tier list. No. I feel like someone's going to link it to me. Oh. Honestly, you just cover myself with a lot of clothes and I sweat like crazy to get the cold out. Doesn't sound very appealing. Oh, is it I can't be bothered to read it. Yeah, I've lost interest already. Sorry, Stacks. Wow, a lot of you have run into some big problems in Korea. Fuck, look at this. Look at this. I know we've done this in previous streams before, but look at this. Yeah, they have fucking... Look at this. They get walked out with their, like, individual banners. Fuck. So jealous. Look at this. This is literally where they are. Yeah, so he's got the right idea. So he's got the right idea. How does AoE esports have more aura than Overwatch? It's just like it was very much, it's a community-driven event. Age of Empires 2, I think, was actually, from what I understand, was quite small for a while. But just had a very small, very loyal, very passionate community, and that always ran a lot of community events. The nice thing about Age of Empires is because it's 1v1, now actually, if you community raise prize pool, you can get to pretty reasonable numbers for single-player teams quite quickly. Likewise, you know what you can do when you're a 1v1 game? You can actually just host a LAN at somebody's house. You don't need an arena, you don't need a stage, you don't need any of this. You can host a LAN at just at somebody's house, which is what we do a lot of. So they're able to run a lot of small events. Yeah, I'm not saying the castle is someone's house. This is pre-castle, right? So we need to orientate ourselves in space and time. Age of Empires was very small, doing lots of these small events, just at people's houses. Never got the big recognition. But the game grew and grew and grew because the community kept putting on such big shows, or such good shows, raising the prize pool for their players, that eventually somebody like Red Bull comes in and says, this is fucking great. We really like what you're doing. We'd like to host an Age of Empires 2 event. We're going to rent a fucking castle for you. Wouldn't that be cool? And that's how... So they actually have grown organically to the size where Red Bull will rent them out a castle for a weekend. So much time for the Age of Empires 2 community and what they've done for their game and all the casters and stuff behind it. Pure passion driving them forward. We'll get there. We'll try. One day we'll be in a castle. Top goalkeepers? Fuck, Andre Onana. Fuck. Ooh, sounds like we're going to a place. And it sounds like that place is New Junk City. So get your bets in if you want to get your bets in. If you don't want to get your bets in, you don't have to get your bets in. But I feel like people probably want to get their bets in. Anyone got the Valley bet? I mean, it's looking a bit ropey for Blast Off Buds. Sexy vanilla freshness, trying to inspire the Valley better. But I don't know if there's much biting. Don't know if there is much biting at all.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initial flash.
All right. Locking in. Threads closed. Gonna be more of the same. More of the same. Blast Off Buds. Been struggling. They've been relying on Big Baz to carry him through, but not even Big Baz has been able to do enough so far.
Look, you know, Baz back to the wall. I trust him for one, you know, I trust him for one solid one. Vaiz already showed that they were quite comfortable on the Genji, you know, they were leaning onto that on Nightmare, but Baz already on the back foot. Looks like Energy Shocker just steaming ahead. No PGE in sight, but apparently no worries for the side of Energy Shock. Blast Off Buds, they just can't even recuperate their health. They're constantly on the run, being pushed to the wall by Energy Shock.
There's some kind of
heavens.
Everyone on each other's shoulders in the corner trying to get out of that one, but even the gymnastics there from Blast Off Buds can't turn that fight.
Yeah, no amount of gymnastics can save them from this absolute mess. So now we've got, I mean, look, Blast Off Buds, they're close to a couple of ultimates, but Energy Shock are in the same boat. So it's honestly looking like Energy Shock, they're more or less in control right now. Scissors is just having fun with it, as he has been throughout the whole series.
Yeah, I feel like Scissors is watching like at least 2 or 3 other shows at the same time as this match. Feels like he's having a good time. Now gonna make a big aggressive, big aggressive move for Baz, and supports will be traded, but Baz is in so deep, he's taken so much damage, and he's gonna have a hard time recovering this, especially one support short. Terror Surge over top from attack just to seal the deal. Victory's still trading kills, and it's actually gonna force UV to Ray in this as the DPS are causing him problems. That should give an attack enough gas to clean this one up. Nice spear, actually. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that'll do it. The Buds, you know, looked alright at the start when Victory got that nice pick onto Rack Attack, but it's not enough to close it out. And now, I mean, they've got 5 ultimates in the back pocket to NRG's 2, but they don't have a first point cap, so not entirely ideal. Subway Scissors just getting it done even without having a huge impact in the game. Happy to just kick back and let Tree do all the work from the looks of things. That might be the story of Energy Shock going forward, you know? Tree versus the world.
Yep, but right now, Tree is winning. Huge ult advantage, though. So Baz, he's trying to run away. They have the ult to turn it here, and that's going to be the Orbital Ray turned into it. And Attack trying to disengage. They rally defensively here, but Frothy Philly a rally to keep going if he fancies it. Terror Surge first. Blade over top. Now seal the damage. The combo's good. We'll get speared back, but there we go. NRG probably just happy to get a decent amount of ultimates. What was that? 4 ultimates out in that fight? NRG actually laughing with this result.
NRG, I mean, they're taking the piss at this point. They're very pleased. That is so many ultimates invested from Blast Off Buds, even though NRG don't get the cap. NRG, I mean, they're just going to be able to retake this fight with their own ultimate advantage. The swing is now in their favor. So what can Blast Off Buds really do? They need to do something creative. They need to change up the pace of the fight, go for something aggressive. But it looks like, they're kind of trying for it. They were teasing the notion of pushing through the choke there, but still nothing too aggressive. Looks like a default fight. They go for the early rally, but they're pushing into attacks Terra Surge. Terra Surge Blade, a terrifying combo, but Bazza, he comes through with the goods. He spears Scissors into the wall, but will it be enough? Because it's looking like NRG Shock are still the ones that are healthy. Down go all of the Buds, and that's going to be a retake for NRG Shock. 67%, 68% maybe on the cap. Make it 70% actually, not even close on the estimate there. But NRG Shock, that only cost them 2, so really not a great look for the Buds, because now they need to retake down on ultimates, and they're getting close to being serious points, Xavier.
Coming through now, they have the Orbital Ray to face down as well. Need to get Redix Orbital Ray to mirror that before they really commit to this one. Blast Off Buds, they'll be doing exactly that. Maybe even they want this Terra Surge too. Looks like they're trying to get their Genji underneath to force point right now. Will be forced back for now. Orbital Ring going to have a little bit of a peek out. They're matching on point. The SA will come up top as these Orbital Rays are traded, but High Noon is there. They're going to try and go through, but Tree, he's walking with the Ray. He gets all the kills. Another 4K for Tree. We'll just stand AFK, checking out some of Scissors Subway Surfer gameplay, enjoying that, and enjoying this series so far.
Oh, goodness. Tree, Scissors, Subway Scissors, I mean, he's just having a laugh all the way through it. Blast Off Buds, I mean, Bazza, there's a chance if they can get the touch, Bazza could come through with the goods, but it looks like NRG Shock, they're going to go for a very aggressive fight, try and interrupt the touch of the Buds, and Red X, they will go down on the rotation. Caught with their pants down around their ankles, and now, even though the Buds have flipped the cap, Baz probably shouldn't be going for the Terra Surge here, because it's a 3v5, there's almost no chance of turning that fight, not without an incredible Terra Surge and a Genji slicing and dicing through everybody to clean up. So now the Buds, I mean, backs to the walls, down 0-2, series point, Xavier. And do they have the ults to turn this around? Because it looks like NRG Shock have an even bigger bank in the back pocket.
Not really. They can kick off with the High Noon to try and get some space, but the problem they're going to run into is actually NRG, the Rally, the Terra Surge, the Blade. Great ults to even just push and kill through this High Noon. So Blast Off Buds, they either need to play very slow or try and hit early, but for now it looks like they're actually just going to hold onto the high ground. A fairly standard hold. Actually, never mind. Baz is making the move, trying to run onto Tree. Pressure onto Tree. High Noon comes in as well, and Baz, it's a one-way trip just into the backline here. The High Noon was used too, but Baz actually just pushed them all out of the backline there. So a bit of a disconnect here between what Baz is doing and what Victory is doing. Now there's a few players lurking around, but Victory's just going to flashbang himself, and that'll be the point going NRG's way.
Yeah, look, it's real rough news for Blast Off Buds at this point. They haven't got the ultimates for this retake. They're already so many ultis down. They're down 0-2. I mean, we could be rapidly approaching the last fight of the series right now if they drag this one out. Vais, maybe they can get something done with this Blade. But it's a huge ask. You're playing into the High Noon. You're about to be playing into the Orbital Ray. Subway Scissors, it gets taken rather low. Here comes that Blade push now. Spear from Baz is good to actually cancel Tree's High Noon, but it's looking like Vais can't quite find the angle to finish off that Blade. That's going to be NRG Shock throwing in 3 ultimates into this fight, but with that Orbital Ray as the final layer, that is going to be enough for them to clean up. The Buds now there on the back foot. Their series life is on the line. There's only one fight left, and Baz is being chased all the way to the spawn. Blade comes out from Subway Scissors, doesn't even get the slash on him by the time Baz has gone down. 25% on the clock, and the Buds, they need a touch. They need a miracle, Xavier.
They're hiding close to go again, NRG. Look at attack's position, look at Tree's position. Going to run straight into the Ashnet, catches them. Here comes attack. Frothy Philly will rally, but already lost 2 of their Buds, and Frothy Philly will die shortly afterwards. They have got the touch in the form of a Genji here, but the SA needs to 1v5. Unable to 1v5, will get taken down. NRG recover, and can you believe it? They made it to top 8.
Who would have thought that NRG Shock was going to make it into the top 8 in North America? I, for one, am stunned at this one. Blast Off Buds, they go down 0-3 at the end of the day. NRG Shock, without even needing to draw on their ace in the hole, to draw on their secret weapon PGE, they take Blast Off Buds down 3-0, and they advance. Are they going to play, Are they going to play Toronto Defiant first next round?
Let me do some looking at the bracket. Let's see.
Yeah, I was looking at the bracket earlier, and
Where
it
are
did
they?
look a little bit like
Group B. They will be playing Toronto
Yeah.
Defiant first round. Cheers to that.
So. NRG Shock have punched their ticket to play Toronto Defiant first round. How fun is that? And Toronto Defiant, mind you, is already mathematically locked into attendance at Stockholm. So even if Toronto Defiant were to lose first round and then lose first round of the lower bracket, they would still be mathematically locked for Stockholm because they have won 3 OWCS NA tournaments in a row.
Yeah, I think it's still better seeding, right, if you finish first, though. So I think it's still...
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's not like they're going to throw. They're going to go for gold yet again, of course. Ryan from the O has ruined NRG's chances. It's true. Is Ryan from the O on Fluffy Aimers right now?
Yeah, it's Ryan and Chime.
Astro, Chime, Grapes. Yeah, nice. The lower side of that bracket is going to be way more interesting, I think. Like, because first round, Nightmare versus TSM, I want to say.
Yeah.
Assuming TSM top their group versus Team Z later today. So Nightmare versus TSM, that's like a really high stakes game because basically whichever one wins that is probably going to be the one that's going to Stockholm. And then Fluffy Aimers versus the winner of that match. So probably Fluffy Aimers versus Nightmare if I were to hazard a guess. And whoever wins that is locked to Stockholm straight away, basically. Oh no, not Fluffy Aimers actually. I think there's no way for Fluffy Aimers to make Stockholm unless they do some like insane
they
first
win
place
it,
performance.
right? Yeah, like they have to. Yeah, it's a big ask.
But if Nightmare wins that match versus Fluffy Aimers, then they're locked to Stockholm. Anyone that makes it into this upper bracket match, for sure, going. Zeb in the bracket is in a risk. Wait, is Zeb on Citrus right now?
Zeb, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Zeb's so good at Arisen.
They got Kuffa now as well, so they've actually got like
Citrus.
Yeah, so Citrus now actually can play pretty much any comp, I think, really.
Exciting times for them. Exciting times.
It's funny that now they actually have the flexibility. They can actually just play Orisa in 90% of places and it'd be fine anyway.
What's the next match?
Which is it? Ramattra Punch now versus Avidity.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I get to hit another 100 sets of flats pogs.
We'll get to compare the EMEA Rhine team versus the North America Rhine team.
Ram Punch versus
Avidity, is it?
Yeah.
I think they have a longer name, maybe. Rad X Avidity. I'm just going to call them Avidity for...
Yeah. Just shitting on the rad component of it. Alright, it's time for some more slop.
Do it up. Let me update that. Ramattra Punch. Have I spelled Ramattra right? Hopefully. Yep, spelled it right. Refresh energy is there. Nice. Cool. Love that their team called Ram Punch. We'll never play Ram. Yeah. The team Ram Punch actually hate when they get punched by Ram. Hold on. Wait, let me go see if I have any more. I think I might use it all, but I could do some more cough medicine. So let me drop you an advert and I will be right back. I'm hanging in. Hashtag hanging in.
On the line for a quick chat. Scissors, hello.
Hello.
Hey, congratulations, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling so good right now. I'm so excited.
You do?
Again. Yeah, I'm so excited.
You said you don't sound that excited to me. Honestly.
I am though. Trust me. Take my word for it.
Okay. I mean, hey, fantastic stuff today. You guys were very dominant. I do want to sort of ask you about the match with Fluffy Dreamland. I know that was like a week ago, but everyone sort of predicted that you guys were gonna get the win. But you know, unfortunately, you guys didn't. But at the end, you guys are still making it to the main event, so it doesn't really matter. But what sort of happened against Fluffy Dreamland?
You know, a little bit of trolling happened. You know, probably should have fought May earlier. You know, a lot of trolling going on.
We're back.
People were just being a little silly that day. So.
What are we saying, Ben? Feelings for this next game?
Yeah,
Any
definitely-
ram
you
punch?
guys definitely didn't look like
believers?
yourselves here, but I mean, I guess like the price you pay is like
We got an interview?
coming out of the group with like a slightly more difficult seeding, but you're probably ready for that, as it is probably feel confident against most of the teams in the main event. I've got to help chat out here. They're obviously asking where PGE is, what's up with him. Hopefully he's doing okay. And I also wanted to ask you as well, you look like you've sort of settled on the attack at Orisa sort of role. Is that true?
I believe so.
Yeah.
What does he mean he believes so?
Just fits the meta better.
Why is he answering like a politician? It seems like attack has been chosen to play Orisa
Right now, you know,
after he's played 3 maps of Orisa.
He's doing
Yeah, I believe that. I
right
believe
now.
that to be true to the best of my
That checks
knowledge.
out,
Yes.
Morton. That just checks out.
That's all you need to know.
Scissor, we actually call you on broadcast on a little bit of a top secret mission as well.
Oh, yeah.
On the bottom of King's Row. You want to walk us through this one? Like, what was going on here?
I mean, basically, people just don't understand my genius. You see, I was just like a distraction. While my team did all the work, you know. So basically, you all looked at me, and my team just walking for free and just killed everyone. So I just hard carried that fight, basically. Like, I don't know, call it trolling.
5-head move.
I just don't get it. Just don't understand.
Yeah, there are
the genius,
concepts
you
of
know?
a plan
You
for
just carry
attacks
with
to play
your aura,
Orisa.
You know what I mean? That global taunt. That's
Someone has a 7 for PG.
No, Fitch.
I took it in my hands, you know. Someone had to do it. I took it.
Did
Yeah,
great.
we're sorry, we weren't familiar with your game, Scissors. Thank you for educating us.
It's okay.
Maybe you do some short interviews, just like 1 or 2 minutes with players as I sort of bump into around the event. But I'm not planning to do loads of content. Maybe Toronto want me to do a couple of bits, but I'm probably treating it more as a social trip than a work trip.
I miss you, man. Please. Please, man.
Alright, Scissors, thank you so much, and good luck in the main event, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kenan played Orisa versus Fluffy. That's true. And that didn't go all that well. Didn't go all that well at all, actually, really, in the grand scheme of things. What are we doing now? We're waiting for Ram Punch versus Avidity. Who have you guys got for this one? Oh, and that's why PG wasn't playing. He was trying to subscribe to Hunter. Now it's all become clear. All become clear. Your Avidity build? Yeah, Avidity looked pretty good yesterday when I saw him, so I could be somewhat convinced. But I don't know, I feel like whenever you run into these type of teams, like teams that just play like a very unique composition, say like Reinhardt everywhere, it becomes a different sort of test for them to solve. It becomes a lot more, it's a lot more problem solving. Can they actually crack it? What comp do they choose to lean into? Or do they just play the meta? To be fair, I think play the meta is actually pretty reasonable. Into the Reinhardt comp right now with the like the Orisa, the Juno, maybe not Brig, but like a Juno, Orisa, DPS, Farash or something, you know, like all seems pretty reasonable. Like a lot of the stuff now. EXO tried. If they've got a Winston, they could Winston. So I don't know. I feel like I'm leaning Avidity at least. Obviously, one thing that's going to be true as well massively in this, like every time we get two teams like this, the map pick is going to be shift it massively one way or the other, right? You know. Anything happening in the meantime? I feel like I'm really zoned out in between. Why doesn't Toronto play Face It? Mainly a schedule clash. A big schedule clash, especially right after the Esports World Cup. And the financial reward for the amount of effort and when they have to play the games doesn't really add up. I think especially with Season 3, I forget the exact dates, but with Season 3, what you have is there's like Stockholm, right? For Major. That's okay. And then there's like a 2-week gap or something. And then there's like Face It Season 3 or something is still going on, you know? So it's like, I think a lot of teams, I think this is why SSG aren't that interested in Season 3 either, is because you sort of like do your big end of year tournament. And then after you do your big end of year tournament, do you really want to just bother playing for this extra bit? Yeah. Obviously, for the smaller teams, I think makes a lot more sense. But I think if you're one of the big teams, it was a little bit harder to justify in some situations, you know, to do like a full practice schedule. Face It Season 3, Artemis. Money's cool, yeah, but you factor in the org split, and then you divide it by 5. It's like money, but the amount of effort, like the hourly wage, will be fucking shit, you know? It's like a bonus, but it's not a bonus if you have to... It's like, it's not a bonus if, you have to work loads of hours for it, right? Right? It doesn't... I don't think it quite feels the same. Not after Stockholm, no. What's there to play for after Stockholm? Yeah, I mean, I can see, like... Yeah, I mean, when it's a qualification for the Esports World Cup, it becomes a no-brainer. But when it's just a little bit of money and a lot of effort, and it's after the sort of end of season as well, I don't think it really draws teams to it, at least not the big teams. Yeah, well, it'll also be a contract thing as well, right? Exactly. I imagine lots of contracts this year would be drawn up to actually finish after Stockholm, right? So Stockholm is what? The end of November? So it might just end in November for a lot of these contracts, you know? So then that means all that prize money you'll get will be your entire salary for all the effort. Right, which maybe doesn't feel like it adds up so much. I'm sure we'll maybe still get some decent teams together, like why not play anyway, etc. But I don't think we're going to see... We're not going to see the kind of competition we saw, say, in Face It League Season 1, when it was Esports World Cup qualification up for grabs. Hold on. Ooh. It feels like Face It should be. I mean, it just. I think it just. It doesn't really fit into the same categories we used to have. I feel like I see quite a lot of people, quite often, like try and like. I've seen this with like the tier 2, tier 3, tier 1 argument. I was like, oh, these categories just don't super. Thank you, Red Eyes. These categories feel like they just don't super fit anymore, really. You know. So I feel like like trying to split stuff into contenders and that, like it's just a separate tournament. It's worth a bit of money, but unless there's like a big event to qualify for, I think it just doesn't have the people want to be in a box. Yeah, I mean people always want to. You see with a lot of like discourse about any topic really, now people are keen to have it. They want like a clean answer, right? Like it is A or it is B or it's just like previous thing that one time happened or something, you know. But a lot of the time, we're in a very different system than we once were under Overwatch League and Contenders. So, so it's just kind of different. It's the same as like all these main support, flex support arguments, right? Where it's like, well, is this your main support and it's your flex support? It's like, labels just don't really work anymore. Just call stuff support or something, you know? Like the answer's actually way easier than all these debates that people want to get into, you know? Because in reality, with all this tier stuff, it doesn't matter. If you perform well enough, you'll just get recognized by the good teams and you'll get the scrims. You don't need to worry about these labels so much what matters is your performance, right? Like, do you think SSG or ENTS give a shit or Toronto give a shit about what tier you say you're in? They give a shit about what they see in front of them if they ever scrim you or what they see when you run into you in a tournament. That's what will convince them whether you're worth playing or whether you're like, should be invited into the scrim bubble or not. The labels don't really, you know, don't make any difference, right? People would say that Virtus Pro or something, or like tier 1, but I guarantee you they're probably relatively low down the list on like SSG's priority list compared to like ENTS and Toronto and all that. So, it is what it is, as they say.
It is what it is. No Baptiste coming out from Rad Avidity. They're going to lean instead into Bun's Genji. Bun, famous for her Genji, or so I'm told. And, you know, I can see the rationale here. Go for the Nanoblade comp instead. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting to see. A lot of teams we've seen play into the Reinhardt in other regions, mainly EMEA, have chosen to go some kind of dive, something very different. Avidity here just going to play a pretty similar version of the meta, something that worked very effectively, obviously against London at the end of Season 6, some kind of Orisa, Bastion, Genji, but with a slightly different backline. And at least here, first fight, really puts Derpy in a difficult position.
Oh, looking a little bit like, you know, the People's Shield has been taken from us early on, taken perhaps too soon. But, you know, maybe Ramattra Funch will be able to find their footing on the retake here. They fake out the White Room retake, and then Derpy is there, pinning across the bridge. Looks like they don't really have too aggressive of an angle, though, and Derpy now, he needs to run away from that Bastion form. Super aggressive repush, and again, he's going to go down first. Could not get that disengage. Tools, though, booped off the map.
There's a chance to maybe repush here a little bit. They're going to come over it. Orbital Ray will be invested, and right there is Bun. Will get focused down afterwards, and as a result on that boot, they're able to get the retake. I think we might be slightly out of sync as we see Ramattra clean this up.
I believe it, yeah.
41, 42%. Oh, it's just flipped. 1%,
keep counting.
2%, 3%, 4%. 5%.
Right, we're synced up again.
6%.
It took a few seconds for me to figure out what the percentage. I thought you were talking time, but it is what it is.
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, so the fact that Derpy has managed to retake the point with only 50% ult charge, more of a cosmetic Reinhardt than anything else. He's there as the People's Shield to eat up his entire shield health, his entire health bar worth of damage, and then hope that his team can clean up the rest, because he ain't doing shit. Bastion ult comes out from Wub, 2 mines catching not much of anything. Senna, they're totally fine to dodge that one, but Tools is already up on the point. Orbital Ray comes out from Nenwai as well. So Ramattra Punch, they've got to be careful. The Bob taken out, the Terra Surge invested as well. And Derpy once again the first to go down, unless we would like to count Bob's death as the first. Danny in the back though, taking out Wob and Scuffed, so it's a 3 versus 3. Ram Punch, they don't have any ults to throw into this one, and Salmon appears to have taken a trip, slipped and fallen on their own shears. Down they go, off the map. Not sure what that's all about for poor little Salmon, as Avidity retake the point.
Problems with the damage boosted Bastion in these ult combos, and also problems with gravity at the end there for Salmon, but it does mean they get to come back with an ult advantage of their own. They've got the Orbital Ray very soon, and they've got hopefully a fat shatter coming just around the corner too. Ramattra punt. Difficult to get past the Orisa here, but if it connects with a Bastion, connects with a backline, real chance for Derpy to find kills.
Xavier, don't talk to me because I haven't had my fat shatter for the day. Salmon throws out that orbital ray, but does go down to the Blade of Bun. The nade from Scuffed was massive, caught both supports. So Ram Punch, they really can't push in properly off that orbital ray. Derpy still has that potentially fat shatter in the back pocket, so continue not to talk to me, please, for the love of God. As Rad X Avidity, they are starting to apply the pressure. Bastion form comes out from one. Derpy is antied, and down he goes. I think you're going to have to stay silent for the remainder of the round, Xavier, because there's no opportunity for you to talk to me here. No fat shatter even close to coming through. Danny pushing for more, but I don't think there's going to be any chance of Ram Punch winning this one.
Shatter coming slow on the bridge, but not quick enough. And in reality, it was a bit surprising we didn't see this earlier against SR Peak Check, because it feels like this is really annoying to deal with if you're the Reinhardt team. Probably doesn't help that every nade has found its way past Derpy's shield so far as well. And when those nades connect, there's no cleanse, there's no Suzu, there's no lamp to really bail them out. Puts Ram Punch even in a really difficult position, even when they've got the orbital ray or something going. So we'll see if they make any swaps here, Ram Punch, but I know one hero they won't be swapping.
You know, I get the feeling that the People's Orion might be staying, or the People's Shield rather, might be staying on that. I'm not happy with that 7TV emote. I'm going to have to kill that one after seeing it for the first time ever. Let's get some Chris theories in the chat, though. Let's get some Chris theories in the chat. Happy to see Chris theory on board, at least. Chris doesn't stream because he is a professional Overwatch coach, so he's probably busy doing professional Overwatch coaching. Alright, so Derpy, you know, now he has point side, off rip, the People's Shield, he's happy to hold on to it, and it looks like Radix Avidity, they are really far away. Wob has a very strange position right now, rather split from his team up on the high ground, and Danny zoning so many members of Avidity. Surely Ram Punch are now going to back up and try to take the point on this first fight, but it looks like they're actually just dedicated to taking the big open fight.
Danny and Angelic going to retake this position on the flank as well, but the Bastion of Wob has swung away, and he has found that connecting again. Every time they get in this form timing, they're patient with it, and they get so much damage onto Derpy that he just can't be pocketed through any of it. And Ramattra punts now without their tank. They have pushed around and killed the Anavos, so a little bit of a scattered fight here on all sides of the map right now. Ramattra punch, and they're actually going to try and flip it, but Wob is coming on the flank here as Tools is going to try and deal with this venture. But Danny may be able to convert this kill to NY, does get it done, and now it's just a dogfight on point. Respawn's coming back.
Danny just doing so much work. Derpy pinning to the edge, immediately spun off the map by Tools. Not the look we need to be seeing right now from the People's Shield. Not very bearded at all. Poor little Derpy. We need more from you, brother. It's not cutting it. What? The stream just buffer? Is that just me?
I think just you.
Okay, let's get a 18, 19 on my head, 20, 21.
Yeah, I think we're about right.
Okay, we're fine. It's just a random black screen for no particular reason. It can happen. Looks like in the chaos of that buffering, Salmon has thrown down that orbital ray, and Derpy is swinging in it. So that is going to be Ram Punch closing this fight out, securing their hold. And now they have a nice little bank of ultimates in the back pocket, and Derpy finally timed for potentially his first fat shatter of the whole round.
They say good things come to those that wait, and we've certainly been waiting for this shatter, so Ramattra punch now will be starting on the choke with that shatter. They have to try and work around the fortify of Tools to get it. Burrow up top. Wob's just going to try and move quickly, but the rollouts come in. Ash will be fine in the back. Shatter goes. It catches two. It is fast. Finally, I can talk to Max as Ramattra punch are able to clean up off this one, and they do concede the flip, actually, which is a real pain for them. And they don't actually kill Tools in all of it, so the shatter was fat, but the conversion wasn't there, and now it's just a dogfight on point. Dragonblade coming in.
Lovely fat shatter there. Happy to see it. Very, you know, Flat's heads rejoice. We finally got what we wanted. Danny, though, duking it out with Bun over on the coast. Rally comes out from Angelic in main, but with Wobb's Bastion form. Ram Punch again. I need to chill a little bit more. The People's Shield, he's not done yet. He pins out, but Bun, she's pulled the blade, takes down Salmon. Trade from Danny onto Nenwai. What more can Danny do? Every fight, he's filling the kill feed for his team. Scuffed, maybe 35, 50 HP, but down he goes to Derpy. That just constant back and forth trades again and again. Bun gets the better of Angelic, and now it's Bun and Tools versus... Oh, buggered up that dash there at the end. Bun, not ideal, but it's looking like Avidity, with the tank still alive, they're going to be the ones to flip the cap.
Behind on the progress here of Avidity, but they're up on the ults. Need to be careful as Bun's going to get forced back in there. Just about gets around the corner. Doesn't have any cooldowns though. This window causing all sorts of problems for Bun, but does get through. Meanwhile, Fire Strike is good. Bastion form comes out, but looks like Derpy is mostly safe in this one. I lied a lot. Orbital Ray coming in, and Bun will clean up everyone. Nade and Nano are good too. And now it's just Derpy left on the point here, but we'll get cleaned up in no time. Maybe even sag it out a little bit here.
I love the way Xavier lies to me. Derpy getting staggered here on the back end of this fight. Only one fight left for Ramattra Punch, and if you're a Ram Punch head, you might start to be feeling a little bit of concern because there are so many ultimates online. The damage boosted Bastion form is such a problem, such a difficult thing to deal with. But if there is one potential solution, it's a pre-fight pick onto Bun into a fat shatter. So brace your flats pogs, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the final moment for Ram Punch. This is where they do or die. We can see Derpy pushing all the way in.
Oh. It looked like it was going to be Fat Connects. They do kill the Bastion ultimately, but that's the only kill they will get now. The Blade, the Rally, everything coming in, trying to dogfight this one out, but still swinging is Derpy and manages to stabilize for his team, and Ramattra Punch not done on this night market yet. It's going to be a desperate recontest situation, and it's not even that. I lied again. And the Shatter gets its job done.
Xavier, you are addicted to lying to these innocent viewers right now. They come here searching for fat shatters. At least they received those, courtesy of the People's Reinhardt, the People's Shield. But overall, just constant deception coming out from you. No recontest. Really rough one for Bun there at the end, getting pre-fighted and then not managing to secure any kills with that blade into the Rally. Ram Punch now, they're on their home turf. They're on Control Center. This is one of the stronger Rhine points, but always got to be careful of Wob. The Bastion form, so deadly. Incredible that Derpy was able to survive on something like 12 HP after getting speared and antied after his shatter landed. But enough about the past. Let's look to the present. We're here on Control Center. Roll out for either side. More of the same, but with Senna on the Cassidy.
Bastion form invested early here, so Derpy just has to move away. Burns all of that shield. The shield is broken, so this will slow him down, allow Avidity to get all the space. Bastion Bomb going to do a lot of damage there, and they're going to try and swing onto point instead here, just trying to pressure back into Risha, trying to get space for their DPS to swing on its left-hand side here, Ramattra Punch, but now another form timing, and Derpy is in big trouble. Still swinging around the corner as Wob, looking for the kills, gets Danny. They have to disengage, and they just have so limited options versus this Bastion form. They just have to disengage it every time.
Goodness, poor Danny getting caught out early. It's not what we like to see. Danny with 2 Ds in my chat saying that I'm making him feel a certain type of way. Also on the Venture, would you believe? There's something about people named Dan. They just love to play Venture on Lijiang Control Center. Danny with only 1 D coming in with the pick onto Wub now, and this fast orbital ray from Salmon coming in clutch. That's going to be Ram Punch with a really fast retake and hopefully now a fast cleanup of these final kills. Scuffed actually manages to make it around the corner. Only 5 HP to spare, but they get out of the fight. So now Radix Avidity, they're going to be able to push back in with a huge bank of ultimates. Senna re-pushing around this corner with the High Noon. You can see that Scuffed is in trouble, but even with that lamp is going to go down. Senna gets traded out. Spear and the Bastion ult from Wob taking them down. So it's still anyone's game. Bun pulls the blade. Tools takes down Salmon, and it is looking like it's going to be Avidity cleaning this one up. Ram Punch, perhaps a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, they wanted to really go with that High Noon, and honestly, the swing from Scuffed with the Baptiste window was a bit of a hot take. It shut down straight away, but Ramattra Punch committing before they have a couple of these bigger ultimates, like the Rally to stabilize there, will get forced out. Retake will take place, and Avidity now holding close. Orbital Ray and Terror Surge coming up here. They do have a Shatter, so there's a chance to Pog, but There we go. Oh, wait, just get one. Gets two in the back, actually. It's 2 in the back.
Oh.
It's hard.
That's good for 2. I hit a quick one. Quick little flat spot.
A micro pog coming out from Max there for that one. Did only come able to convert one of the kills, but they can still walk forward, but they have to be careful because this Terror Surge is still up right now. Now Angelic will be sucked into that one. Pressure on Sebastian Wob trying to get his wide frame round that corner. Does get out, but will have to back out. They've conceded space, they've conceded flip here, Avidity, and they've now lost their tank, and now Derpy on the hunt for more stacker kills.
Good grief, Senna. I was down on my knees there begging for just one headshot on the Bastion, but all we were getting were bodies, unfortunately. Either way, Ram Punch off the back of Derpy's fat shatter. They will be retaking the point, and Derpy's already more than 50% of the way to another one. Healthy bank of ultimates now. Salmon probably going to open up with that orbital ray. If not, Danny finding a side angle, going for the Tectonic Shock. Double DPS ult that actually invested by Ramattra Punch. Perhaps a little bit overzealous. Nothing from the high noon as well. Love manages to juke that one out. So this is not a great start for Ram Punch. They invested really heavily there and didn't get anything for it. A little bit too early. Now the orbital ray from Salmon, but it's looking like Wob throws down that Bastion ult, and Scuffed is going to be the first to fall inside. Danny actually traded out, so 1 for 1 right now. Nenwai will be taken though. Pangeramic orbs. That's not Pangerama, that's a single orb. But Salmon makes up for it by cleaning up Bun on that mega health pack on the coast. If they can push and get this kill on tools, that could be the map right now.
Works out really nicely. They've got all the ults to finish the job here. Potentially Ramattra Punch, but they need to connect. They need to find the shatter. Will be forced back, actually. Doesn't get the pin. Will get blocked by the fortify. Now the orbital ray, the rally coming back, and Bun tools. They're going to demolish them there. Hinder can't stop Bun right now. Will only lose one player during all of that. Avidity, they get the flip. Now they can hold the choke, but 3 ults invested for it. It's an expensive one.
Big overspend there from Avidity, panicking a little bit perhaps due to the overtime situation, and that could cost them big time for this final fight. People's Shield, he's coming back with a shatter. Senna soon has another high noon. So Rad X Avidity, they only have this Terror Surge to play with. It's a very powerful ultimate, but when you're going up against the People's Shield, potentially hitting a fat shatter, I mean, we know where this could lead. Salmon is also 70% on an orbital ray, so if Ram Punch just take their time with this one, there's going to be an almost insurmountable bank of ultimates that Rad Avidity have to deal with. This high noon, that's going to net them the cap. Already Ram Punch, they're kiting out from this one. We can see Derpy is looking for that shatter angle. He's edging forward. Here it comes. Nothing to be seen, actually. Well, the spear cancels the shatter. Salmon goes down before getting that orbital ray, and that's, I mean, surely that's going to be Ram Punch just losing this one, unless, of course, Wob goes down to his own mine. Danny has that Tectonic Shock, but can't get a kill with it. Bun survives on 33 HP, takes him down. Ram Punch, they're scrambling onto the point. Derpy, for the first time ever, he swapped off Reinhardt. He's coming back on the Doomfist, but it won't be enough, Xavier. Salmon, you had to play life there. How did you go down?
Avidity clutch out.
Don't speak to me.
Avidity, they clutch out. The Ramattra has been foiled. This is, I mean, it's going to be a problem because the Orissa's very strong right now, very meta. And as you can see, really hard for Derpy to open up the ability to speak to Hunter.
All right, I'm just gonna boot up Flats' co-stream of this game because he is watching it right now, and I'll just keep an eye on that until we start the next one.
Derpy haters? People not like for People's Shield in all of this? I feel like it's such a tricky meta versus the Bastion versus the Orisa. There's an Ana in there to worry about as well. Like a 0.5. All right, there we go. Mixed opinions, mixed opinions. This was the worst one. Fuck. Outfoxed by tools. Not so tricky if you just don't pick Ryan. Yeah, but if you're a Ryan player, what are you going to do? Cloudy made top 8 with it. And you don't need the other team to aggressively throw their map picks either. Derpy can be very annoying. I mean, to be fair, I've never played with him. But he's funny on Twitter. And really, What better way to judge someone's character by how funny their Twitter is? You'd take him a late shift to hate on Durfee. A dedicated hater. What map do they go now? Don't know. I guess Clash could be viable. The problem is, all the maps where Reinhardt is good, Marissa's kind of good as well. So, a bit of a... there's no great options, I think, for Ramattra Punch. Could just take a... could take a Flashpoint. But again, very good for Orisa. Hey, Serps. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm a bit under the weather, as you might be able to tell. Me and Max are both struggling with our respective illnesses. We're fighting through for the all-important final day of groups. Oh, I am sleepy though. I think it's fair to say when we reach the conclusion of the stream, I will be enjoying bed. I didn't sleep very well last night, but I'm hoping tonight I will rest well. That's the hope, at least. That's the dream.
Type of playstyle you want to play.
You really like that Spitfire team? Unpopular opinion? Not unpopular in this chat. I feel like we got quite a few London fans here. Favorite player to coach? Probably Backbone. Backbone or Sparker. I'm gonna sneeze, maybe. Maybe I'm gonna sneeze. That Scandinavian work ethic. Oh, a new rotation. Oh, scorer. I'm at the I'm in the pits of my mental capacity for this one. Do you still help with any coaching for OWCS teams? No. I mean, I got asked by a couple of teams. I mean, Vendetta asks. Kai, I don't know how serious he was, but Kai asked as well. But it's most of these jobs are either just they're just not jobs, they're volunteer positions, or they're not particularly well paid. So unfortunately can't justify dedicating the time to it, really. So yeah. There's part of me that just kind of want to help a team. Like if I would, it probably, to be fair, in those teams, like obviously I'd be happy to work for SSG again, but there's no money for it. But Ents would be a team I'd be happy to work for if like the deal was right. But same with Vendetta, to be fair. But obviously, limited money in Overwatch esports right now, so you got to make it where you can. It felt like you got so much hate back then. Yeah. Well, what we would always find, right? So let's say there are certain games as London Spitfire would be expected to win, and certain games you aren't expected to win. And if we ever won those games, right? So say we are London and we are playing, let's think maybe like San Francisco Shock, right? And the desk, the public would decide, well, London are the underdog here. If we win this game, we only ever win because the other team shits the bed. The other team underperforms. That was a narrative that like kept getting pushed. Of like every time we would win a game, we'd never get credit. It would always be the other team just shit the bed, or the other team really, they didn't turn up today, they played bad, all of this, blah, 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 you know? It felt like that was a narrative spun quite a lot. Do you think we'll ever get back to actually being profitable for players and coaches? I mean, it is profitable for like the top of the top. like the top, like, I don't know, maybe like 6 teams, 8 teams in the world, maybe even a bit more, maybe 10. Losses were always coach and failed. Nope, always the players' fault. I mean, we were a very structured team, so if it ever went wrong, does feel like some of the responsibility probably lands on our doorstep. But is what it is. You know what's crazy about that Atlanta match as well? We scrimmed them like 2 weeks before that. They absolutely smashed us. We won like maybe 3 maps out of 10. Like, you know, maybe even less. It was like and the maps we lost, we were decimated, you know? It was not close in the slightest. But we turned it around, I guess. Your favourite Overwatch League player? Not really. I mean, obviously, I'm very attached to the players I worked with directly, for obvious reasons. But maybe outside of that, when I first started watching Overwatch League, Prophet was always like the main man, right? So, and he played on London, I guess.
Can I get a countdown?
Yep. What do you want to count down to?
Well, I'm at 55, 54, 53.
Oh, we're in sync.
Am I ahead?
You're in sync.
Oh, okay, lovely. No need, no need.
Beautiful.
I'm now bearded. I've been gifted a sub to Flats.
Did you get what's Flats's go-to reaction when he receives a sub? Is it a fist bump?
I don't know. I wasn't even on the stream for it, but I've watched a couple of moments of his stream, and he got subbed to like 3 times, and he like didn't even react. He was like, "Ah, thanks."
Oh, he's that level of it, you know, where it's like, you know, you see like Kai said it or something, and there's like 80 subs in the background, just dono wall.
He has 4,000 viewers watching this game, just fucking hard chilling, you know, like. He's enormous. He's so fucking. He's the nonchalant streamer, you know, the nonchalant ad runner. I respect it. I respect it. But I'm now bearded, so it's all good. You know, I'm a member of the club now. All right, Tools opening pick onto center. Ram punch. I mean, they had a pretty rough Lijiang. It looked like they had a chance there, but it slipped through their fingers. Now Avidity. I mean, they're just going with the same tried and true anti-Ryan method. This Genji Bastion, it is so difficult. Orisa falling back into the meta at the worst possible time for the People's Shield as well. A really high poke tank makes it really difficult to play the Reinhardt.
And they're running into this problem again and again. They've tried to swap onto the Echo here because the Echo matches up quite nicely into the Bastion. Just trying to find a different way to try and open and put Wub in the back foot under more pressure. Try and trade that one more often so Derpy can actually play the game. For now, though, they've at least got control of the high ground, but they have to be careful here, Ram Punch, because there's a lot of ultimates, and there's that Orbital Ray coming back. And the Orbital Ray Bastion form is so much damage for Derpy to run away from. Does get away from it, but, well, only for a second as he's hunted down by Bun. And that'll be 1 ult used, fight converted.
I've just been asked, why can't Derpy swap? Well, that wouldn't be very honorable now, would it? Get fucking real. Derpy, I mean, look, this is going to be so difficult for them to break this choke. Yesterday, Ram Punch, or maybe it was last week, I'm losing track of space and time. But Derpy, you know, he did manage to find a solution to Rialto first point, but I'm not sure that it's going to be something that he can replicate overall, because Avidity's comp here, it's so difficult to play the Ryan into. Orbital Ray up on the high ground, but it's going to be hard for them to even keep pushing with that, because the Ray is pushing out in main now, and all of Rad Avidity have disappeared off into the night. Senna takes the high ground, has the bomb, may be able to get something done with it. I have to.
It's a Pog moment, but they don't convert the kills off it again. There we go. Senna comes through now, does convert those kills. Looks scary for a second, and Derpy speared off the map. Their Rhine is traded. They're trying to trade Tools late. If they can get the late Orisa kill, it'll be massive here, but I don't think they've got the firepower to do it. And there will be a chance here for Avidity to reset. Tools fortifies around the corner, and now they have to wait for their tank to come back, Ram Punch, before they can take this fight on point.
Oh, thank you very much, Sloan Cameron, for the tier 1 gift sub to Flats. Welcome back, Flats. Of course, you know, you and I, we've been friends for a long time, so thanks, Sloan. Appreciate that. Money well spent. Angelic has the rally here for the fight. If Bun wants to go deep with the blade, it will be met with despair. But Angelic actually pops that rally rather early. Copy comes out from Danny as well. Bun now popping the blade, and there is the bash from Angelic, giving so much grief to Bun, not able to get that blade off. Danny rather close to the Terror Surge as well. We're probably not going to have time to get it up at this rate. Scuff throws out the Orbital Ray, but who is going to be dealing all of the damage? Because with Bun dead and Wub on Widow over in Mozambique, there's actually not a lot of frontline damage for Avidity. Bun manages to take down Danny though. Bun back on the Echo. What is that? A cross map kill from the spawn? Orbital Ray from Salmon, and it looks like Derpy with another Bat Shatter going to take down Nenwai. 4 versus 4 situation right now, but with the Orbital Ray heals and that damage amp, surely Ram Punch are going to take this fight.
Works out from getting that first cap, and we're going to keep this one moving. They did have to use a lot for it here, but Avidity pretty keen to match in a lot of situations, as we see Wub back onto that Bastion now. Going to try and just make Derpy's life as difficult as possible, but Derpy has the high ground, can hold this, and they should be able to keep the payload moving for free for quite a while here, Ram Punch.
Look, this is pretty much the free push zone of the map right now. I would struggle to see Avidity pushing all the way in and going around the corner, but Nenwai dead to the dynamite and a Rhine swing, unheard of. Really can't be going down like that. That's going to not only guarantee free push through that easy zone, that's probably going to get the card all the way around the corner. Ram Punch right now, they should consider pressing the issue, either getting another player on the card so that it pushes deeper around that corner, or just trying to go for a fight up on top. Senna has the Bob, but it looks like it's been completely beefed, lands down on the low ground on the mini, and then Senna goes down as well, so that's not what Ram Punch needed at all. Looks like Avidity, without even needing to invest in ultimate, they're just going to take this fight.
Yeah, really not sure when that play was. Don't know when that Bob went. It just certainly didn't have any impacting anything, and Avidity able just to push forward, deal with it with ease, and now Ram Punch, they're facing four and a half ultimates coming back. They have to do the difficult bridge cross. Lots of things working against Ram Punch here, but they're nearly up to their double support ult timing, which can give them a good chance to push, but they have to be so careful. If they trade Rays, the Bastion form can do so much more than Derpy can in those situations.
Thing about Derpy, can't count him out, you know. Even when there's a Bastion form and 5 ultimates staring him down, the People's Shield finds a way. Where there's a will, well, you know what there is. Dynamite comes out from center onto tools. That's not going to bother him much. Big Orisa, horsey number, no problem at all. Ram Punch now going for the rotation up on the high ground, but the Bastion form, it will be invested by Wub, and it looks like Ram Punch, they're just going to drop and kite this one out. Derpy decides to flip on the low ground, go all the way around to the cart. He drops out to the left, flips to the right. But now, all of Ram Punch, they're being split off. This Bastion bombs from Wub. It's getting everyone spread out on the low ground. Danny applying some pressure on the high ground. Angelic in a little bit of strife, has to use the rally. Oh, jeez. Derpy throws down the shatter, doesn't get anything at all. And now it's a 4v5 for Ram Punch. Salmon still has that orbital ray. Out it comes now onto the cart. Bun going for gold with the copy, but not getting any damage in, but it doesn't matter. Ram Punch, they can't even touch the cart. That's going to be a hold on second for Avidity.
Now, this might not look good on the face of it, but you have to remember last time the hold for Ram Punch was actually on the first point. They were able to just get Derpy on there, hold strong. Obviously, that was against Winston team, if I remember right, which is a hell of a lot easier than against an Orisa team here. So we'll see how they start, but Ram Punch, we've seen him get out of this situation before.
What time are you at right now? Because I just beefed my quality.
11, 10,
7, okay,
9,
keep counting.
8, 7, 6, 5,
Jeez.
4.
Yeah. Very good, very good. We're back on track. We're back on track.
Beautiful.
So real, Scorching. So real. Why did he stop? Yeah, I bet you were getting close.
It's still a whole nother series after this one, so there's plenty of time still to go.
Need more counting, please, streamer. That was Xavier counting that time around, right? We're definitely not going to slop it up mid-match. You're sore from all the flats jerking? Yeah, I mean, you've probably been flats jerking so much that you're red and raw at this point, flats Ryan Pog. Like, surely.
Great mental image I have right now. Perfect.
I'm not paying Scorching. They're just a dedicated fan putting in the work, trying to amp up, you know, subscribers and HelloFresh affiliate link clicks.
Excited for this to be your first stand situation.
Appears that way. Appears that way.
All right. Bastion form in the back pocket now as Wob walks up to the corner here. These are the timings that are hard for Derpy to deal with. We'll have to try and kite it out. The Widow in the back will help, but Wob takes the Widow down with a Bastion bomb across the map. That's one way to deal with a Widow, I guess. And now they can start really forcing their way around that corner. Their heads will be safe, and Derpy's going to be in big trouble now.
Really rough one for Ramattra Punch. You can't be losing your Widow to a Bastion. People shield pinning all the way back, just going for that distant hold now, trying to hold as far back as possible, because really there's not a lot of hope for Ram Punch until they play this back choke. Now, Senna also going over to the Ashe, even though it's a really free sightline for the Widow here up the back. A little bit surprising, but maybe confidence lost. Got to be worried about Scuffed's Orbital Ray, though, because that is a huge advantage off rip, and it looks like it's going to be too much of an advantage. Ramattra Punch, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. They have to back up into the open, and that's just going to be a damage-boosted Bastion and Orisa combo, taking them out inside that Ray.
This is maybe only a reference you will get, but do you remember when Lethal explained that Bastion was the solution to our Rialto first problems?
I explain this to my stream every single time I see a Bastion. No, in that Lethal is marketable video that I was talking about yesterday, there was actually a clip of Lethal playing Bastion on Rialto in Overwatch 1. And it's like, this must be the origin point of it, you know? Like, it's...
This is where the idea was birthed, yeah. Copy comes out now from Danny and actually gets the Copy Terror Surge going. Doesn't catch all that much in it though, but will survive and will keep posting them down. And they've got quite a few picks here actually, so Ramattra Punch a chance to stabilize. Still struggling with this Bastion either side, but Derpy will slink out of that one, takes down one, and his team will bail him out of the other. And Ramattra Punch, they get a hold. And they need a lot of things to go right now. 4.5 minutes on the time bank.
It's a pretty big ask for them to hold here on this corner, especially when they're going up against a clean counter comp. But the People's Shield, I mean, look, this next fight, let's chalk it up to a shatter. A fat one at that. So I'm going to start, you know, preparing my shoulders. I noticed, you know, I'm starting to get a little bit sore in the shoulder department, and I was thinking, what have I been doing that could possibly be causing this? But, you know, it's just got to be all these fat shatters coming out today. There's no other explanation. Anyhow, Avidity, they're slow pushing the car right now. No matter what, it's going to be a one fight situation, so Ram Punch can let this go through to the keeper and just play for that close corner where the Widow has a bad line of sight. I think at this range it's possible that Widow might not even be one-shotting anymore. What the hell is flooning? Unbelievable. Tools has the Terror Surge up on the high ground, so you gotta be a little careful if you're Senna. Actually just gonna be completely forced off because Derpy's not up on the high ground to match. Derpy holding Cart as the People's Shield instead. Spear committed, so now Derpy has a little bit of an opportunity to potentially go for the shatter. The Rally comes out as well, so that's Spear and Rally, but Spear is back online by now for Tools. Senna throws out the Bob, but Bun goes down. Bun invested the copy there too, and Danny takes out Wob. So without even needing to use the shatter, only needing to use Bob and Rally, Ram Punch, they've held on. They've survived another fight. And Avidity, they used 2, maybe even 3 ults in that fight.
Starting to bleed time off in this clock as well. Looking a little bit more possible than maybe it did at the start. And now Derpy goes behind, but will hit the counter bash. And now Derpy's in big trouble. Orbital Ray comes out. He's on the ship, but he's got nowhere to go. He's trying to hide on the ship, but he's all alone. And I'm not sure about that one, Max. Big trouble now for Ram Punch.
Oh goodness, why is he gone for that absolute win trade of a play right there? It was so winnable. They had an ult advantage and now they can't even touch the card savior. It seemed like Ram Punch had all the tools. They had the defensive position, they had the ult advantage, and Derpy just goes for a little bit too much. I don't know what that was all about.
Sometimes it's important to realize in Overwatch when everything is just fine. Maybe where you're standing is fine, your hold has been working, and you can just keep making them work for it. Keep making them try and break the hold. There, Derpy gets itchy fingers, goes for the pin. And even if he doesn't get counterpin there, he pins into a fortify. Like, he's really just gambling. It's like a skill check pin. Just gambling at nowhere to be react to him coming out the window and pressing pin.
Oh shit, live flats reaction, you're right.
Oh, I actually have no idea why they would do that. Everything was fine. Like, the way they've been playing it for the most part is good. They play slow, they play baity, they give a Bastion form out, and then they have a crack at trying to make an aggressive play of a Reinhardt. Seems really reasonable. But then here just tries to go for a first tempo or hero play. Doesn't work out at all. Yeah, I really don't know. Match basically over. I mean, it's a really tricky situation. It feels like you always say if he's looking at the spear into the Bastion bomb, Senna just cops it in the face. With these Bastions, or not these Bastion teams, sorry, with these one-trick teams like Ramattra Punch, sometimes they just run into situations where they're essentially solved, right? The team has the counter comp, and if that is the case, their ability to recover is really hard. So I feel like they're in a massive comp disadvantage. They're being countered quite hard right now, but also when you're getting countered quite hard, fights like that where you just sort of die to nothing or die for no reason. There's been a couple of those Ramattra Punch where they just don't get any ult value, or they overinvest or stuff like this. It causes like irreparable damage because you're already fighting an uphill battle. So oh, I'm so dishonest. The life of a Reinhardt player. When you see this matchup as well, it just makes it feel egregious that that no one has tried this against SR PeakCheck, you know? You know, like when we were watching EXO go back and forth, even pick Midtown in the end? I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, thank you, Ben.
Have some free money.
Take some free money. Thank you, Ben. Oh, the day's catching up with me, I think. So, do we have time? You got 2 minutes. Yeah, let me go to the toilet. I'll drop an ad, and then we can re-lock in. Do I want a snack as well? I want a snack. Maybe I do want a snack. I'll see what we've got. Be right back. Just in time. Oh. I got myself a sausage roll, and I'll slowly be making my way through this.
5, 4, 3, 2.
A late sight. Can you breathe? Not loads. Knock off, Greg. Sober. Knock off. All
What's
right.
this about a knockoff?
They're asking if I had a Greg's sausage roll when I was informing them. It was in fact a knockoff sausage roll just from a supermarket. I've decided to finally put an end to the Lion Max, and I'm coming clean.
I see. Are you at 34, 33, 32, 31, 30,
Yeah.
29? Nice. All right. Derpy back on the Reinhardt. More of the same. Danny in on the May, though. No Bun to be seen, so a little bit of a roster substitution and an attempt to switch things up a little bit. Let's see if it works out for them, Cotton. It looks like already, though, Avidity are stealing away the cart. Rampunch finally struggling to find their opening. Wob getting a little bit overzealous on the Bastion, though, taken so low, but he survives. And now Rampunch, they've got no shield, almost no hope of pushing this out. Bun, of course, there's been no roster substitution. Bun is the Genji for the team that's winning, so God knows what I'm talking about.
But fever is clearly
Rampunch,
affecting your perception of reality at this point. It's okay.
Exactly. Space-time is bending, and it's not an Inception angle, because Avidity, I mean, they've won this first fight while pushing the card at the same time. So they're about to cap checkpoint, Xavier. Danny has the Blizzard, but Bun has this nasty off angle in the back. That is going to be very dangerous.
Trying to deal with it is Derpy. Pin in, looking aggressive. They're just barreling down. They take Wob out of the equation. Now Danny all over this. Orisa trying to focus it down. Terror Surge to turn it from tools. Survives, and now the damage comes out. Pressure onto this May. Sender's already gone down. Danny on the edge of the map will get focused down. Derpy still trading, so they're not out of the woods yet here, but the robot is starting to move away from them. And Rampunch, they're just going to back up to that robot, and it has to be a reset from Avidity.
Yeah, Avidity, they're done for now. They're done for. I thought that they were gonna, turn it and make it work with tools, pulling out the Terror Surge, but it wasn't quite enough. People's Shield has the Shatter in the back pocket now, and that has been pretty consistently deadly when he doesn't get speared out of it. Senna with the High Noon as well could be good if they can take the fight in a long stretch, but that never really favors the Ryan because the Shield always getting smacked. This is not the fattest of Shatters, but managing to catch tools, winning that skill matchup, I'll give up.
Good bash as well, works out massively. And now, Ramattra punch on the front foot off the back of that big old shatter. Pinning forward, looking for more is Derpy, but won't see all that much he can actually catch. And now they're in a great position to try and fight for this cap.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was looking like, they were about to lose the checkpoint, and now they are instead the ones about to capture it. Senna swinging wide, going for that High Noon. You can see Tools is pushing deep, looking for the spear, but it's been body blocked, so down they go. Bun snared up by the flashbang as well. That's going to be a two-player advantage now for Rampunch. Nenwai threw in the rally amidst all of that. Actually takes down Angelic. It's not over yet. They're all so low, but Rampunch, no, they do make it through. It looked like for a second there might be a swath of trades coming through if Nenwai can get one more AoE bash in, but they did not quite manage it. So Rampunch now, not only will they take the lead, they will take the checkpoint too.
Slight orbital ray advantage for the next fight as well. Scuff should be able to get it in time to match, but Danny with this Blizzard will have an ult to throw in over top, and this ult could be brutal. Will stop Avidity getting full value out of it. Just needs to find a way through to connect. Maybe wait for a Fortify, work around the spin. For now though, Rampunch just going to slow it down, try and play a slow pokey fight. Slight lead, so they don't need to rush into anything here.
It's really difficult for Danny to get this ultimate off the Blizzard unless Wob is wasteful with his mine. It's so difficult to catch anyone from Avidity's comp because everyone has a shift ability that can just boot them out of it right away. Orbital Ray comes out from either side, but it's looking like Bun somehow going to get caught up a little bit slow, not dashing away. So that's an advantage. And Derpy with the pin catches Tools as well. So this is now really looking like Rampunch's fight to win. The Terror Surge is invested, but it may actually have been enough. Gets two trades off the back of it, and the supports plus the Orisa cleaning house, Savior. 3 versus 5, but they actually managed to clutch it. Disaster scene there for Rampunch.
Really looked like they had it there. When Tools invested that Terror Surge, it felt like it was going to be a wasted ult, but keeps himself alive and sets up kills. And then as soon as he gets into this more devolved doggy fight, mid-fight, late fight, whether Ramattra, whether Ryan doesn't really have shield anymore, suddenly the Avidity can take over value. For now, though, bombs being invested by Wub. Just trying to find anyone in the backline here will be taken care of, and a high noon swing back here, but Tools and the rest of them should be safe. Trying to go fast, wide left, but the cancel is good there. A little bit slow to get the shield up in front of Senna there, and now a rally back from Nenwai. Derpy does have the shatter, but is going to have a real hard time getting this one through. They just burned through him there, and now they're going to get a cap of their own. They're going to clean up on point, and Avidity will be taking the lead.
Good grief. It looked so good for Ram Punch. It looked like they were finding their footing, getting back into this series, but now after a couple of fights, the card is being pushed closer and closer to their spawn. Checkpoint, close spawns enabled. Oh, Derpy, he's going for this shatter angle. He's going deep. Shatter comes out. I'm getting a live flats reaction to this one.
Massive shatter comes through. Huge impact here, and they're now going to try and focus it, but it's an orbital ray blade to turn it, and Bun will be turning it. 2 kills already, looking for more. We'll just take this make it instead. 1 slash, and that should do the job. Avidity, despite the size of that shatter, they've got no answer to the orbital ray blade. And now, Avidity continue to put more meters on the board.
More meters on the board, which is really bad news for Ram Punch. They needed to win that one. That shatter had some serious girth to it. But yes, Flats has 4,000 viewers and he literally just sits there doing nothing all day. That's the joke. That's the wholesome Chungus streamer. It's 4,000 people watching someone run 22.5 minutes of ads for 8 hours a day. It's unbelievable. Anyway, Blizzard comes out from Danny. Freeze comes out onto Wub. Nenwai caught up by Angelic's bash as well. Senna will clean up the kill on Wub. So finally, Ram Punch have won a fight. Unless Tools, of course, can turn it with a miraculous 1v5 Terror Surge like before. But again, really, it's what Ram Punch needed, but there's so much more that needs to be done. They need to win fight after fight after fight here. And the combos into the Terror Surge, they're so difficult to counter.
It really just means that every couple of fights at least, Avidity will just land on this combo, and that is so hard for Ramattra Punch to deal with. Now they just end up losing it. Now the raid does come through from Salmon. Form coming back in response here. Pressure. Wub is on this big old angle. We'll be dropping the mines into it on the back of this Terror Surge as well. Bombs are coming in. Derpy's going to have to run. Angelic running a slightly different way. I think they can all just about get out here, but the payload is now moving away from them here. Ramattra Punch, they have to regroup. They have to go catch this, but Danny's going to get a pick, and it might be looking good right now.
Opening pick for Ram Punch. High noon from center, but Tools hits the spear, shuts them out. Scuff's orbital ray is now going to be so dangerous, but Derpy, he manages to secure a kill onto Nenwai, just continues to swing that hammer for the fences, and now the chances of coming back into this fight are looking much more reasonable for Ram Punch. Now they're starting to build up some momentum. They have ultimates to sustain the push. A shatter into a blizzard or a rally for any potential dangers, that could be huge. Bun has the blade, but rally, that's a massive counter to blade. Again, if we have any shatters coming out, it's not worthy of a live flats reaction. Manages to shatter the Orisa, wins that skill check yet again. Bun also not getting any value with the blade, but it doesn't matter because Tools hits the spear. So Derpy rushing that shatter a little bit. Blizzard, counter Blizzard comes out, catches Wub, catches Nenwai. Nenwai used the rally too. That must have been before. That must have been when the shatter came out. Either way, Ram Punch, it's now a 4 versus 3. They have the advantage. Senna's in so much trouble though. Salmon has the orbital ray, but they're greeting it. They want to hold on to it for the final fight. Nenwai does not have the ice block, but it doesn't matter because Salmon hits the torpedoes, and now Tools is on the run. They actually will go down, and Ram Punch, they have a serious chance to take it now, Xavier.
There we go. Orbital Ray, High Noon, both coming up for Ram Punch to try and finish it. And Avidity, they nearly have the Ray, they nearly have the Terror Surge. The combos have bailed them out of lots of situations so far, Avidity. We're going to need another one here. Are they even going to be able to touch before the fight goes? Bastion moving now, and no, they concede the lead, Avidity. Now focus down onto Bum. They just kill Bum with this Orbital Ray. They take the lead with time to spare. They're walking around the corner. They disengage the rest of the Ray here, Avidity. Now they have big Ray advantage. But on the back foot, lead has been conceded.
Really unbelievable that the lead has been conceded, and then Wub goes down to the High Noon. Tools pops the Terror Surge, but at this point the damage is already done. Derpy continues to get trade kills. I don't think any of these kills are really going to matter. Avidity will be cleaning this one up eventually with the close respawns, but look, they've conceded the lead and 25 meters. So even if Avidity retake the lead on the other side of the map, which is 2 fights away, still Ram Punch have room to breathe. They have a Blizzard to clear the cart now, and that's so deadly for Avidity. Tools doesn't have Terror Surge, so he's not going to be able to tank through a Blizzard. As soon as his Fortify is used, Blizzard goes down on the cart, nobody's in a position to touch anymore. Wub pops the Bastion ult very early on, looking for something. 1 bomb, 2 bomb, make that 3. That's not going to catch anyone at all. Those were optimistic at best. And now, look at this. Derpy, he's got the Shatter. No girth on that one. That's a 0, man. Blizzard comes out. It is on the cart. Who's going to touch it? Looks like nobody's going to touch. Bum comes out with the blade, but the rally's there to counter. And that is going to be Rampunch taking them out live. Flat's reaction.
Beautiful. They find a way back in, nail the last fight. Blizzard didn't get any direct value, but it did separate everyone and set them up to clean up those kills. Oh. Is he enjoying it? Where is he?
What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying now. Fuck. What was I saying?
Missed it. Oh. I don't know what he was saying. That's all he says all stream? Yeah, I've never watched a flat stream. So, I'm out of the loop. That's the whole script. What was I saying? Alright, got a caramel chocolate bar here. This will surely give me the energy to get over the line. Yeah, kind of. I mean, there's nothing like wrong with it. It's just bizarre, right? It's just bizarre how successful it is. You know, I always feel like, because I run ads on this stream, obviously, as I'm sure some of you have very much direct experience. But like the really high ones are like, I feel really abrasive to actually watching the stream. You get more ads? Okay, I mean, you should have an ad right now. There you go. There you go, Vamps. The fucking ads heads. Can I have some ads? Should you not have got one as well? Are you subbed, Juby? You're subbed. Shit, no ads for you. I actually can't give you ads, Juby. You're free. I feel in the bin. You dodged the ad roll. Nicely played. Oh. Do I really have the rest of this series and another series in me? Also dodged? Fuck. Who are these adverts even for? If everyone's avoiding them. You're missing out on all the products you need to. You have turbo? Fuck. That's right. I get turbo money anyway. If you're a turbo head, I just get, I don't know exactly how it translates, but it doesn't tell me like how many turbo viewers I have, but at the end of each day, it's just like, you made this much money off turbo. It's like a few dollars or something. Because I think turbo's not actually that popular. I don't know how many people really have turbo. I don't know if it'll get like a bit more popular now some of the sub prices have gone up. Cheers, Gizzy. Turbo for geeks? Yeah, luckily there's plenty of non-geeks in here as well. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh. Yeah, it's all done on percentages, Juby, so presumably we'll be getting more as well. Yeah, £7, it's high, right? Like, because for £7, how much is Amazon Prime? Like, is Amazon Prime like a tenner? Like a tenner a month? Is it just worth getting Amazon and Prime instead? I guess that'll vary a little bit by region and country as well. Price for old subs will stay the same. Fuck. You're trapped if you ever leave. Oh, pardon me. If you ever leave, you'll be hit with a price rise. Bomb. 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 It's only $8.99 a month in the UK. Yeah, it's not a huge difference really, right? When you can get essentially the same benefits. Yeah, the same benefits of Twitch, subbing to a streamer, but you also get all the Prime benefits as well. Not to shill for Amazon, of course, but I'm just saying the deal feels like it makes sense. Oh, we're getting a Juno advert as well. Can I just go to sleep? Are there any rules against that?
I just need a minute. It is so hard to say goodbye to the only home I've ever known.
I understand, but the colony isn't safe anymore, and our window of opportunity is closing. So let's get you on your way to your new home.
Next stop, Earth.
I clearly do. A beer would kill me right now, I think. You think alcohol famously bad for the immune system as well?
Control?
Our sensors indicate external issues.
The cheesecake? There's no cheesecake. There's no cheesecake in the cupboard.
But you have to hurry.
All I've got left now, these cough sweets. Oh. Dozing. Come on, Overwatch. I'm becoming a results-orientated streamer right now. I think tomorrow, a full day of rest, and then back on the grind for the interviews as well. It's true, Atlas, and it didn't cure my my cold either, so I presumably didn't dose high enough. What will you do on my day off? Actually, nothing. Originally, my plan was to not really take a day off and just do more interviews. Because I feel so rough. I think I'm going to get through this. Because we're here and we're started and all of that, right? And then I'm just going to sleep as much as possible. Drink a load of water. Try and recover. And then hopefully I'm raring to go for Tuesday and Wednesday to do the interviews.
Why did I think I could do this?
Juno, I believe in you.
You got cheesecake because of me? Oh, cheesecake's so good.
Your whole life. You have all the tools.
I thought you said you were going to make likes. Right. No.
Okay.
Maybe me and Chris will do it in the off season. Right now, all I can think about is the sweet release of bed. Sometimes get free cheesecake from work? Fuck, that is pretty goated. Has there been any word on how long this break is?
Proud of you. I want you to live a long, happy life on Earth.
love you too, Mom. Okay, Earth. Here I come.
This VAD like 8 minutes. Oh, it's still fucking going, isn't it? So it feels like it's at least there's at least a decent amount of it, I guess.
Very hot. Who is this?
This is Overwatch. I am tracking your trajectory and will have someone meet you.
You're onto Rumble Brain. Any good notifications? No.
And my name
Any good tweets?
is Juno.
No. This is a good tweet, actually. Any Miserables fans? Alright, Suravasa. Honestly, I think I might be cooked. I think this might be it. I think this might be it. I think I could, presuming this is the last map of the series, I'll get through this series. But I think I'm so cooked. We're not making it through TSM Team Z. Oh my god, if Ram Punch reverse sweep, that would be the worst possible result, I think, for me.
Yo.
Yo.
How are we looking?
We're struggling, but we're on Suravasa.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I'm really considering this might be like, presuming this series ends in this map, this might be curtains.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm feeling funky fresh, so I'll finish it off if you want
Curse
to
you
get
and your
some
funkiness and your freshness.
Yeah, you know how it is, shades of Rick James in me today, so it is what it is. Look, nothing new coming through here right now as Derpy once again wiped off the face of the earth. Bastion form comes out, Derpy disappears into the void, and that's going to be Avidity once again taking the first fight. Poor little Derpy. Here he is on the back foot again. He's pinned back into the fight just to have to run away with his tail between his legs. Tools, he's on the aggressive. He keeps on pushing. He doesn't even want Derpy to regen his shield. But look, Avidity, they haven't got any ultimates yet, so it's not the end of days for Ram Punch, but this is such a hard retake. Big straight line, not a lot of cover for Derpy on that cross. How's he going to manage this?
Now they come in Bastion form again, they are forced to disengage and they all live, but they're all just back outside for point again. Fully reset. Ping comes back in, but Senna catches a big bomb on the way up. And now we're getting to last fight territory. Scuffed already has his orbital ray. Bob will come through. Bob will be held at the choke as this orbital ray comes through. And now they're just walking forward. Orbital rays in exchange. But on the low ground is Wub. And the damage will be done, actually. They finish off Wub. They finish off Tools. Oh. And now Danny hunting down into the back. He's given Ram Punch a chance if they can kill through in his rally right now.
Yeah, I think they will manage it. Derpy with the ray. He went super deep, started swinging in Tools' face, somehow managed to secure that kill. And I mean, that'll do it for him. Ram Punch, that was the hard retake. Now that they have control, they've got a couple of ultis. Ram, Avidity, they're the ones that have to make the cross out in the open. But again, like, the ults that they have, they're no joke either. Nothing to sneeze at. The Terra Surge Blade combo, terrifying stuff. Wub with those bombs, I mean, they've been less than convincing thus far. So I'm not really expecting much, but happy to be proved wrong if he would like to. First mine comes in, catches Senna to about half. Third one, though, not going to get anything. So typical Wub mines, nothing new there. It's the new era Wub Blade, really. Blade comes out from Danny, but he's taken so low that he has to back. Oh no, Derpy throws out the shatter, doesn't get anything with that either. Even Flats wouldn't give you a pog for that. All the wholesomeness in the world won't save you from that fate. Angelic comes out with a rally, but with the Blade and the Terra Surge both being popped by Tools, it's all Avidity in the kill feed, Xavier.
Good retake, convert their ult combos, and these are the situations that Ramattra Punch are having such a difficult time dealing with time and time again. They just can't find an answer to the combo, and it's not helped when they're going with their own ults and don't find their own value either. Ramattra punch, they're forced to play such a slow and patient game, disengaging with a form, trying to play around it every time, and it just means in some of these fights, especially when objective control is so important, they're always on the back foot. Now coming through the choke again, but Bun holding on this high ground is going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with.
Bun up top, just making it impossible for Rampunch to get any space for free. Orbital Ray, that's the definition of a price being paid for the rotation. And Avidity, they just kite it out. They're not done yet though. Wall comes out from Danny, and that's going to force Scuff to actually invest the Orbital Ray. But with that Orbital Ray investment comes the cap for Avidity. Wob wants to keep up the pressure, throws in all 3 bombs very quickly, and now he's probably ready to throw out the form on point into Derpy. Wob actually will go down, but Derpy's traded. Bun is also dead though. Nenwai has the rally rolling, so it's not over yet for either side. Angelic speared up by Tools. So close, but Avidity, they're down a player and their rally is over. Rampunch now on the offensive, bodies on the point. Even if Avidity have a tank online, that player deficit means that they just need to back up and regroup.
Terra Surge coming back now for Tools, keen to use this one quickly. For Wall just defensively to try and buy him a bit of time. Derpy is back now. Rampunch, they're close to 3 big ults here, but they don't quite have any of yet. They need to be careful of this Terra Surge. Form will be used, but Senna just a pick out of nowhere. Takes down Scuff. This means Salmon is going to have an orbital ray timing soon as well. And Senna's just killing everyone, so they're just shooting them. There's the counter to Orisa, just shoot him in the face.
Goodness gracious, Rampunch just cleaning house at the end there. Avidity, I mean, they've had so many neutral fights again and again where they just clean house by taking Derpy for a ride at the beginning, but this time Rampunch, the DPS, they come alive. They just get magic out of the blue, and that's going to be Avidity now, needing to retake time, pressure, ultimate, deficit. So really, this is as good of a position as we've seen Rampunch in all map long. This Shatter, I mean, look, I love gassing up the people's shield when it comes to these shatters, and now with all the pressure to touch the point, wait, there's a blade popped over on the coast from Bun. What is this? And it's oh my god, it's actually getting value too. Senna, oh, everyone's so low for Rampunch, but it is going to be curtains for Avidity surely. Danny actually taken out, so there's still a slim chance, but look, if Salmon and Senna can hold onto their ultimates, this is going to be good news for Rampunch, because Avidity, they're not taking this one. That blade, it was an attempt, I'll call it that, but the tank was on the other side of the map.
Really strange to invest that one on the 2v2 on the flank, because it wasn't really a 2v2 either. They had plenty of ults to deal with it. The defensive rally means Bun's decisions of trying to find a dash through that timing. She actually did dodge for a bash for what it's worth, but still just gets focused down in a 4v2. Normally the Orisa can do so much work creating space for that blade to get value, causing disruption, forcing out cooldowns from supports and such, but don't utilize that at all. Now Avidity on the back foot, but they do have both support ults coming back.
This is a bit of a harder point to get the shatter off as well. People are going to be playing the high ground all the time. So now Derpy, he needs to take that. Senna throws the bob out onto the point, and Derpy actually pins in, lands the pin on Tools. That's rough. Bad start for him. Orbital Rays mirrored up on the high ground. Angelic bashed up by Nenway's rally, and that's actually going to be Rampunch losing this exchange. One too many ults in that brawl up top, and now the point capped by Avidity, still have 2 ultimates to hold onto the point as well. So Rampunch now, I mean, they've got to be concerned, Zav.
2 ults beats 1 as they take that trade, so Angelic will have rally advantage in this next fight, but hard to get direct use out of that, especially with a Terra Surge around the corner from Tools. It's going to be an early form from Wob. They defensively they will just disengage that one for a relatively free Rampunch, but again, so many of their cooldowns being forced on the walk up here, it takes Rampunch time. Now the bombs will be coming in, so I think I know what's going to happen with these bombs. 1 bomb, 2 bomb, 3 bomb, bit of chip damage on Senna, but nothing even remotely meaningful.
Oh, Wob, get a fucking grip, man. 0 ult kills all game long. Oh, wow. Quick little rotate from Rampunch, though. Senna catching out Bun. And that is the pick that Rampunch needed. Now Danny has the Blizzard as well. So if Avidity try to push in particularly deep, Danny will be able to mark that. Tools has had the Fortify Force. Here comes that Terra Surge, Xavier. Out it is. In the main choke, actually, that's going to freeze up Wob 100%. Senna in main, swinging, takes down down Wob. Danny actually going to be traded out. Tools has the Fortify and the Spin available though, so Tools somehow staying alive through all of this. Bun's back in the fight as well. Angelic and Salmon, they stuck their ults right at the end there, and that is not good news for Ram Punch. It looked like they were going to win that one clean, but as things got a little bit too sloppy at the end there. What do you mean, Majax? The Blizzard was thrown up in main and it froze up Wob. Open your eyes.
Sometimes it's nicer to watch with your eyes closed and just listen to the sounds of Saravasa as the teams clash. Although you probably could have heard the Mayot as well. Either way, Ram Punch do get in control despite spending all of those ultimates. They have another scary combo to deal with though. Rally Blade is available and it's going to make it harder for Derpy to land this shatter. Again, this high ground, a tricky area. All these corners, Tools' cooldowns can make it very awkward too. We're going to walk straight into Derpy. And there's the grenade coming out now. Push Derpy off the high ground, looking for more, but they conceded back to the choke. Spear onto Danny's going to force this Ice block, and now they have all the control of the high ground. Looking for more here, looking for it. Goes for the cancel, gets the cancel there, and now they're still pushing, but Nenwai's got awfully deep. Bun trying to slice through, but can't actually finish the kill here. So Bun is in the back. They're still forcing points at the same time, and Bun now winning that 1v1 eventually with Senna. Meanwhile, Wub gonna have another timing, cleans up on point with that second form timing, and Avidity. They take the lead on this flashpoint.
Thought that shatter was going to be Flatspog worthy after the Rallying Brig got shattered, but the Rallying Brig survived it. Bun's Blade as well, slashing Senna what felt like 20 different times, but somehow no kill conversion on that one. Despite all that Avidity, they take it in the end. Ram Punch just not enough power to close it out. Now they're on the retake, they don't have that initial point control, going to make it a little harder to get the Blizzard off. Bob's popping his ult, but I wouldn't read into that too deeply because he's never done anything with this in his entire fucking life. Another one pissed into the wind there for no particular reason. Orbital Ray comes out for Salmon now, and that is going to be Ram Punch pushing hard onto the point. Tools thinking about the Terror Surge there. Out it comes. No kills yet. Chance for Bun to slash and dash through everybody now though, but now that the Hell's Bars are back on top, it's probably going to be Ram Punch taking this one away. We need to see these Terror Surge Genji combos coming out a little bit quicker. You need to see the Genji slicing and dicing through in the span of 1 second after the Terror Surge pops. If any more time elapses, more than likely the players will have healed back up to a, reasonable level.
Just a little bit itchy on the trigger figure. I think if they just played that entire fight slower, Avidity, they get up to that combo, it sets them up much more nicely to convert it. Now they will have the Blade Orbital Ray coming through, but we've got to be careful of this Blizzard as they come through the choke and the shatter. Lots of things to avoid to make sure they get value out of these ults. Tools already down to half health as the Orbital Ray comes around the corner. Blizzard will be used in response. An immediate what was so far forward? Immediate freeze fair. Played over the top anyway to try and finish it, but I want to get one before going down though. Shatter's still available, but I don't think they need it. They're going to use it anyway, and we'll finish up the final kills after this, but they're quite expensive in the end considering how well that fight started for him with the Wob kill off Blizzard.
Unbelievable. I'm a little sad to say that we had to invest the shatter there at the end, to be honest. I don't think Avidity are going to have a particularly solid recontest if they try for this one. Looks like nobody's even in a position to touch, to be honest, now that Bun has made the swap over to Mei. They're walking up and posturing, but they're not going to get a touch here, so...
We'll be going
might
over.
as well just chill out. Oh yeah, sorry, I had a coughing fit, but
you were dying.
that.
Yeah. But looks like we're going over to point D to finish this one as well then. A tricky point, quite a lot of open areas, difficult walk-ups for Derpy to make as he has to walk up those long straights up the steps to get onto point. They're going to come from their own side here, and it looks like it will be a race to point. Both teams getting there, actually maybe slightly quicker for Avidity here, so they're going to slow it down. Orbital Ray is up for Salmon, so they can use this to take the fight on point, even though they don't have that early position. Looks like they want to go from right side with their whole core here. Chance to drop in that Orbital Ray, and Bud's going to come over to match as they meet on the coast area. Oh no, we're fake. Going back to main.
Senna popping the high noon, pushing out onto the point. That could potentially secure Ram Punch the cap, especially if the spear is going to be missed. Senna hits a couple of shots that... Oh no, Danny and Salmon both throwing in their ultimates. Scuffed frozen up, but somehow still alive through all of this, even through an Orbital Ray and a Blizzard. I have no idea how Scuffed has survived this one. So Ram Punch, they've invested so heavily. Wob traded out, but with Salmon going down, it's just Danny and Derpy versus the world. Atrocious fight for Ram Punch. Heavy investment, no success. Slumo 3, thank you very much for the prime. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club. Appreciate that.
Huge ult advantage now for Avidity. They've got Terror Surge, they've got bombs, which obviously doesn't count, but they've also got the Blizzard and the Orbital Ray, which most certainly do count. Huge combo here to finish with Avidity. If they can draw this fight out a little bit, they will take it. The only ult on the side of Ram Punch. So if there is a time for a giant shatter, it has to be now, Max.
Don't talk to me until I've had my fat shatter, Xavier, because this is the time that we really need it. So just a reminder, don't fucking talk to me until I've had my fat shatter. Derpy now slithering on up on the right-hand side. Huge ult deficit for Ram Punch. We need something special. Spear invested early. Wub throwing in his completely cosmetic ultimate, and it is not a fat shatter. It is a shatter onto a fortifying Orisa. So Xavier, I'm afraid you're going to have to remain silent for the remainder of the map because Ramattra Punch are about to lose the map and the series in turn. You can talk.
I'm waiting for it, and we're going to be waiting a while now because I don't know how much rhyme we're going to get in the next series.
Fuck, dude, he's not going to talk to me for the rest of the day. He's done. We lost Xavier.
Ironically as well, you know what I might actually do?
Not talk to me until you've had your fat shatter, log off and go to sleep.
I'm logging off. Yeah, I think I'm logging off. I think it's, I was so tired in that last map, and you know, when we've talked about it before, once you become results-based, the idea that Ram Punch could have won that 4th map, it was devastating internally. I was full of dread. I couldn't even fathom a world where that exists. So I think I'm gonna have to call it. The cold has gotten the better of me, so I will say goodbye to my chat and I'll ship them over to you, and you can take it home.
All right, I'll take your refugees and I'll just Bob Ross it over the finish line. You know, a little bit of Flats appreciation, of course, too. While you say goodbye to your chat, I'll get Flats' stream up and we'll get a live Flats reaction on the end of that series. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow, Xavier. Rest up, rest well. Yeah. We need your full energy for tomorrow.
All right, yeah. I wanted to keep going, but I just feel I'm just fucked. Yeah, just fucked. It's not even like my voice is okay because we've been talking a little bit slower, but it's just like the lethargy. I keep feeling hot then cold, so gonna call it. Ironically, it's probably actually the best series from North America up next, so I'm gonna go get my rest. I'll send you over to Max, who will take good care of you, I'm sure. Trust in Max, he will get you over the line. TSM, new look TSM versus Team Z. They had a pretty close game in the Face It playoffs, so it should be a good one. Thank you everyone for the support. I'll see you when I see you. Interviews coming out next week, presuming I recover in time. So I'll see you all, and I'll see you all, of course, next week on stream for the top 8 of OWCS as well. So hope everyone else who's feeling sick also feels better. I'll ship you over to Hunter now. Thank you, everyone. Good night.